Blog Talk Radio.
Life into a song takes a special breed of art, and how you play communicate, it must be there to start. It's nothing you can put in words, it's just a thing you know. From the minute that you get on stage until the curtain calls you home. The part you play that counts is how you play the game. Can't afford to lose the fight, but I can't afford to wait. If I tell you wonder why, never feel the same. It's about that time that you'll understand. It's the nature of the game. Just you and a bunch of guys with an attitude to share. It's then that the men become the boys and the souls get laid out bare. It's the lighters on the concert night fills the empty void. It's the cheer and the standing out and the thunder of applause. The part you play that counts is how you play the game. Can't afford to lose the fight, but I can't afford to wait. If I catch you wonder why, never feel the same. Well, it's about that time that you'll understand. It's the nature of the game. Hard to say, it's not something you could get. Being there, living life, dreamers have
Hello, welcome to Legal Name Fraud Radio. outside the box, outside the bow of L. We don't bow to the bowels. No. Rise above that. Yours truly, me. Whatever means you find to find me, through whatever squiggles, sigils, and sounds it takes, well, you'll find your way. I just make it easy and obvious in as many directions as I can. Going to get into some real fun stuff tonight. Dimensional observation, right? Starting to observe yourself. And again, I'm just the the messenger. All right. You see, this is why it's so funny when people have this really crazy urge to, say whatever they want, do whatever they want, express whatever they want regarding me. And that's fine. They're just focused on the messenger, not the message. And it's the denial of the message as to why the messenger gets attacked. It's got nothing to do with you. People don't hate you. They just hate the message that you bring. And as a result, that self-realization within oneself gets redirected out. That's where it starts to deflect out, where their own inability to confront the truth within themselves, they try to pass the buck to you, making it your fault, or somehow you're the bad one. And that's the idea transfer. And if you agree with that, then that's somebody else putting their filth on you. And the whole planet's filled with this. All right, it's a planet full of this, and as soon as, I can't even say planet. I hate saying that because it gives the illusion of an orb. No, the orbs and the orbits are your eyes. You're out of orbit, you're out of alignment. You got a Luciferian binocular going on in your head. So you got to triangulate that to bring in the third dimension. That's you, the real you, not the dead thing that you've been led to believe is you. It's done in a neat trick, actually. It's to get you thinking you're something versus all that is. Right. Call it a legal name. That's the simplest form of trap there is. It doesn't get any simpler than that. Excuse me. As soon as I can convince you that you are a car, you'll be one. That's it. You are the creation of your own reality. And what you agree with in terms of your reality is what you construct around you in your reality. And we're in the test of tests here, the fiery furnace, if you will. And, hey, you said you could make it, right? You said, oh, sure, I can make it on Earth in the heart. Sure, I can. Oh, okay, well, here's the question you ask yourself, can you? Well, you have to decide whether you can or not. I mean, you said you could. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. The neat part about this, the really neat part about this is once you actually hear the message, leave me out of it, all right? Like, leave all of the masters, former, whatever. It doesn't really matter, okay? For me, there were forms of messenger giving the same message. So it wasn't anything to do with the individual in a personified sense. You personify them to give a reference of concept only. And you don't get stuck in the idea that somehow there was a sandal-wearing, bearded guy walking around the desert, okay? If there was, great. If there wasn't, great. Doesn't matter to me. I wasn't there. I'm not going to try to prove anything that I didn't see myself. That's heresy. That's hearsay. Okay? That's absolute heresy. And you talk about heretics? Well, there it is. The heretics. Yeah. So we take this to the ICs instead of the ticks. It gets very dogmatic here, doesn't it? Dogmatic. Very sporad. Yeah, sporadic. Sporadic. The diaspora tick, very sporadic. And the game of the main trap within the game is the amount of directions it sends you off in thinking in a very literal boxed matrix. Okay? Excuse me, it's as simple as this. Imagine the time when you were in full playing house mode. You know the routine, right? Ken and Barbie and kids and family and friends and social stratas and all the things that you deemed, like myself, as normal. It seemed normal enough, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, well, that's a distraction. That's the getting you thinking in every different direction. Oh, I got to pick up diapers. Oh, gotta get to work. Got to file this and got to do that. Oh, ticket. Oh, on and on it goes. I mean, all you have to do is just watch the news. You'll see it. And I mean, if you can hold back the laughter, great. But if not, at least that way you can see it. Everyone trapped in these literal matrices. And it's like what Shock was doing when he said last night, when he said about the headline, didn't bother. Don't bother. If you want to see other clues within it, once your headline is there, you see the headline, you write the story. You're the AP Newswire. You're the Reuters, okay? Routers, right? Route to pull out the enemy. The enemy was routed. You've been rooted and routed in many ways. And it all goes back to the one seed that they have planted in everyone's mind. A name. Because if you have a name, there's something to blame outside of oneself. When the truth is, it's all contained within self. I'm going to show you the dimensions of it. It's as simple as 1 to 10. Okay? TN, infinite truth. 1 to 10. If you want to win, be the 1 to 10. I'm going to show you. It's really also something else that this might help clarify in terms of phonics. The reason why you get your crayons out. Prime example of this was in the Skype room, and it was here. I'll share it. It's on Facebook. They had posted. If I actually knew who it was, I'd share that along. The upside down question mark works for me. Turning the answer on its head. Isn't that perfect, eh? Yeah, it's when you become the dot above the hook instead of the hook below the dot below the hook, right? Rosicrucians, copyright, question mark. Funny that, but anyway, just more literal facts that help. It helps. See, the thing about literal is, and speaking in terms of intellectual stuff, right? It appeases the ego and the id and the mind itself. It's very hard to describe the spiritual world without using the world that we're trapped in. Yes? Yeah, that's what I thought too. But it's not your were-eld anymore. It's their were-eld. They've been eld, spelled. Right? Spawn of L. Spinal, spawn L. Piamata, Duramata, and of course the arachnid. Yeah, no more arachnophobia, okay guys? You get to weave your own webs here. And you do it through phonics. Now, I'll read this literally. If you're not on the Facebook page itself, there is a link to it on Wikipedia, for want of a nail, if you want to see the actual storyline. What this shows is a singularity of cause and effect. It shows the domino effect of one domino tipped or not, for want of a nail. Okay? It portrays the singularity beautifully, and after I read it literally, as it was written literally, I'll show you how phonics literally changes the spell when you insert different sounds by using a respelling of the words so that your mind can see it in the literal sense, in the literal definition, so you can go, whoa. Yeah, that's the power of sound. It's like the word shoe, well, S-H-O-E can be pronounced show. A lot of different ways, but, I always go with the first one that shows up. Funny that, eh? Because it's always the phonics I need to see what's really going on. So here's the literal, and then I'll go through it, but you really need to physically do this. This is not a homework assignment. This is for you to see it for yourself. Because when you're just hearing sound, you're interpreting everything I'm saying through a very literal definition of understanding common speak, right? So that's why I'm always mindful of everything I say with every intention I put forth. Okay? So, and if there are any, as we call them, there's one, slip-ups, or whatever you want to call these, they're not mistakes, they're contrast points of, that means that, so I don't like to use that anymore because it has this attached to it, this connotation attached to it that might mislead someone else. So that's why you're impeccable with your speech. You don't want to mislead anybody, okay, because they've been misled, divine feminine, led, bound for too long already, okay? So here it is in the literal, and then I'll spell it out for you. But you should be doing this for yourself anyway. And you can take any one of these and do this and see pure magic beyond it, because you'll start to see the proof of the trap of the legal name fraud felony that owns the minds, hearts, and souls of humanity with one simple idea. Okay? For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, the horse was lost. For want of a horse, the rider was lost. For want of a rider, the message was lost. For want of a message, the battle was lost. For want of a battle, the war was lost. For want of a war, the kingdom was lost. For want of a nail, the world was lost. That's the grain of sand in the engine, in the flywheel, that blew apart the plane, Sioux City Falls, Iowa, in the cornfields. Okay? Everything was fine with that plane, but the one clue, the one nail they missed was that one grain of sand that caused the flywheel to blow apart, and their world was lost for want of a grain of sand. Removed. Take that grain of sand out of your eye. You see, that's the grain of sand in the oyster that becomes the pearl. Okay? The allegories connect so beautifully in phonics. It connects everything. And you start to really see the preponderance of creation itself far beyond the literal reality. It really starts to open your mind. So I'll get into the dimensions after this. I just wanted to show this so that you can start to experience that outside the, there's a different intent there. So basically this is in its most straightforward form. For want of a nail, if someone was trying to, had a horse, they had a message they had to deliver to the battlefront, because if they didn't get the message there, the war would be lost and their whole world would collapse. And they couldn't find a nail to put that horseshoe on. Because they couldn't find the nail to put the horseshoe on, the horse was useless, and there's no way that the horse, without the shoe traveling, would end up destroying its hoof. Okay? So the message, Paul Revere didn't get there fast enough for want of a nail. If you want a literal way of seeing it, if you're familiar with the Paul Revere story of the British are coming, the Redcoats are coming, blah, 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 Lexington Field, first shot heard around the world, the outbreak of the RE, the American Revolution, okay? Imagine what history would look like if Paul Revere was in want of a nail for that shoe, for that horse, to get that message out. It'd be a very different world, wouldn't it? Okay, so it's what I try to do is to make the concepts real using something that is likely very real to you in a literal sense. So you can see it. Oh yeah, I see what you mean about the horse and the nail, because if the rider can't get on the horse, can't carry the message to the commanders at the battlefront to tell them what they need to do, the war is lost because they don't have the information they need. Okay, I get it. So that's the idea of the domino. The domino that takes down the matrix of Lucifer is the legal name fraud. The one law that you break if you use one knowingly in and of Babylon with no intent to take it down. Okay, that's the were eld lost. They were eld. Spelled and eld. Bunch of elves. Keeblers. Cobblers. And they've been cobbled. Okay? So you see the concept of this. The idea is the message didn't get through in time for want of one clue. Nail, French, clue. English, clue, sound. Oh, something to look at. It's a clue. It's a mystery. Yes? Okay? This is how the phonics works. You change the intention contained within the sound based on whatever language or whatever respelling of the word you want to use. You're the one that creates. Don't be spellbound and think these things have power over you any longer. Because you're not spellbound anymore. You're not bound into their book of how things are spelled the way you were taught. Pull tight, T-A-U-T. Taught, T-H-O-T-H. Thought, thaw that out. Okay? I'll get into the elements too with this. You're going to really go over the nature of the game tonight. Funny I chose that, isn't it? Oh yeah, I haven't played that in a while. I'll do that. Anyway, got that same principle of the grain of sand and the jet engine. Yeah, great stuff, bud. That's, this is anagogic seeing. Now let's see what we see in the Phoenix flight. Fly T, flying with the truth. Changing up the definitions. The legal name fraud fell on knee, clou, nail, clause, Klaus, clause, etc. Santa Claus. Think of a talent of a legal, le eagle, Big clue, nail in the French phonics definition. All right? So just by changing up a couple of things into, clue in French means nail. So if you can put it nail in English, you can put it in French. Oh, look, but it sounds different in English, doesn't it? Yes. That's how you find the Phoenician clues, the nails. This is how you nail Satan's coffin shut. Every one of these you do changes entire fractals across consciousness. Yeah, you've been convinced you're that powerless when I know you were that powerful. So stop being the power fool and step into creation and be the all-powerful without needing power. You don't need it. You are it. Why would you look for something you are? It's kind of pointless. So the spellings go as thus. Changed up nail for clue because that works better in the phonics. I can see it better now. For want of a clue, the show was lost. Welcome to the show, kids. All the world's a stage. And for want, for need, W-O-N-T. And for won't of a clue. Want and won't. You see the difference? It's not that someone can't get rid of the legal name out of their reality. Mentally. That's all you need to do. If you want to play physical, it's fun. That's where you're going to get your metal, the fifth element, tested. Okay, I'm going to test your samurai swords tonight. I'm going to show you how beautiful these fractals fit together. So for need of a clue and for won't of a clue, the show was lost. Here's your clue. Legal name, fraud, felony. Makes criminals out of humanity. And they do it all willy-nilly. There's going to be those that absolutely hate this message. And they will blame Kate of Gaia while they can't handle the truth within themselves. They'll be busy hating what they think of as the personified personality of me in the meat stick, which is not the case at all here. Leave me, the real me, out of this. You want to, get all busy judging and all the rest of it, then knock yourself out. You're wasting your time. Well, with me you are, and I know a lot of others you're wasting your time with. Because we don't care about opinions. Up onions. No. Open onions. Well, they're more like reverse seed onions. All their layers are still intact. They haven't peeled the layers back. And that's the thing, when you start peeling the layers back of someone else's onion by just sharing the truth, and it's not that you're going out of your way, it's just you're telling the message, right? Those layers start to get peeled and it makes them cry within. And then they will start to look at themselves like, like I did with me. I had to do this with me. Somehow someone might think that I kind of left myself out of this. Are you kidding me? That's how I got here. Raping and pillaging my own bullshit. The things that I was doing unknowingly, didn't think I was doing any harm, and for the most part, no, I wasn't. I never went out of my way to go and deliberately harm anyone. I've been angry a few times, but it was, for me, it wasn't about any sort of physical follow through, because one thing I do know, it showed up beautifully in the 12 Monkeys. Funny how I'm talking about Japan of late, and there's the show called Shonen. And where does Ramsey, remember, we've got to play these forwards and backwards, okay? Ends up in Tokyo. Edo. Eto. All right? So that was the Pacific Theater of Operation swapped out for the European Theater of Operation. It was the same story played in two different places at the same time. Slightly off on their calendars. But it's the same thing. World War II is 6 years and 1 day, encompassing both theaters, the Atlantic and Pacific Theater, the AP, News Wire, PA, and the AP. Take the P, flip it to its other way, which is actually a 4 is the traditional 4, which is the stick with the triangle flag to the left, is the more accurate representation of rho, the Greek letter rho, that the key rho has been replaced. See, what the P does is it turns intent back on itself. I to I, all about me. I, right? Pop I. P-O-P, Pope I. Right? So that's the P, Po, spirit seed, in the mirror of itself, up, I, self. So what you're doing is, oh yeah, you got a bit of a spine ache, do you? Well, that's why you have to eat your spinach. Because your dura mater and pia mater in your spine is at war with each other, with the arachnoid, the web in between. It's in the brain too. It's in, it plays out in the entire fractal. You can look at the hammered bracelet as being the pia mater, or the arachnoid between the pia mater, the Urt cloud outside, and the dura mater, the hard mother inside it, right? Think Tootsie Pop in reverse. The soft center is on the outside and the crunchy bit's on the inside here, okay? Oh yeah, it's funny, you have to get through the hard stuff to find the soft center, and in order to find the soft center, you have to travel through the hard center to go out. It's a beautiful singularity. It's creation folding in and out of itself in perfect unison. You can see the X or the life in everything. As it crosses one way, it crosses back, and you just find the center of that. And describing the center, you can't. You just know it when you see it. There's no words for it. But you know you found it. Because it's there. You can't explain it. It's when you find that I can't explain it moment, that's when you found the singularity of it. You just see it working in both directions perfectly. So let's get back to the little poem here, shall we? Poetry. I love it. Poetry. The spirit seed of the consciousness tree. For want of a clue, the show was lost. For need of a show, the Horus, the Christ mind, was lost. For want of a horse. For want of a horse, for want of a whores. Hoorahs. Hoorays. Who are you? Horus, who are you? It plays out beautifully. For want of a horse, the writer, as in the one who creates the ritual, the rites, going to the right. That's why they have writs of law, the duality of the right. W-R-I-T, writs. You've seen those. Okay? The writer was laws, L-A-W-S, hyphen, lowercase t, crucified, uppercase T, truth, lie, truth. So the writer was lost in the laws of being crucified, lying, and truthing. Duality. For want of a writer, the messy age was laws of the crucified. It got kind of messy around here. Well, that's the Messiah. Okay? This is where the messenger is actually the Messiah. You are the Messiah, the Messiah. And that's where you eat, in the mess hall. Truth. Okay? For want of a messy age, the bought L was lost. The battle bought L, right? You bought into Lucifer. Was the laws of lies, duality. Their court system, if you will. For want of a bought L, the our us was laws, T, the Horus. The who are us was lost. We know who we are. Not so lost anymore. For want of a whore, war, whore, horse, Horus, war, wars, whores. Who are yous? For want of a whore, war, the kin, the knowledge of the hex, dumb, was lawsed, made into laws. For want of a clou, nail, the were, eld, are lost. The were eld, the werewolves, the were eld, world, were eld. And we're not of the were eld. We're not were eld anymore. Well, here it is. The we are eld. We're. We're, where you park a ship. Wharf, at the weir, with the pier, and the pyre, the Pied Piper. Just depends on how you pronounce it. The pier, the pyre, the leer, the liar. Depends what instrument you're playing and how you spell it out for yourself to see the magic of this. For want of a nail, for want of a clue. And the only clue you need to see to escape this insanity is legal name fraud felony. It really is that simple. So in the physical, respell the spell. If you see a word like horse, oh look, whores, all you have to do is make the S harder, horse, and it's the same sound. That's the four whores men, the four faces of man. Those are the four elements you need to conquer within yourself. I'll show you, it's really easy. I already put it up on Facebook. Yeah, there it is. I think I'll dance the dimensions tonight. I'm going to prove Bill Donahue's 45-55 as well. And he was right. He just doesn't know from what point to look at. If he ever listens, I don't know if he listens to this stuff or not. But, Bill, you were right. I'm going to show you why. But it's not in the literal sense that you thought it was. It's spiritual, and it's really cool. It's far and beyond the literal. You start seeing the cosmos fold in on itself. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I think I'll dance the dimensions tonight. Show the 45-55 connection, the RE, the me tick, arithmetic. Found the gray matter tick, grammatical, gray matter tick all, grammatical. The gray matter, the mind, the tick. It's done in the programming, right? You got to hear his master's voice, puppy. Get all RCA about this. Spirit breath of the Spirit itself, an unconditional love of the Christ mind. You know, the Raka, fire row. You see, they even took over the Rockefeller. Yeah, well, it's easy to see it. Raka, fire row. Phi, the creation of spirit breath. Ra, ro, ka, spirit breath of the personified spirit, i.e., in the form you're in. Fire, within, heart. ro, spirit breath, going out. You become at one with creation at that moment. You become the raka pharaoh. And the roaz, shelled, no longer. Rothschild. Their rose is killed. Rose killed. Their spirit breath of creation is killed. And what they've been doing through the money and the legal name fraud and all the rest of it is saying, well, come along with us. Our rose is dead. Come with us. No, thanks. I'm good, thanks. You want to hang out with a bunch of Jew baggers, knock yourself out. Okay? Yeah, the GEO-ME trick, geometric, genetic entity in the womb of the magnetic electric trick. Geometric. The alpha bit tick. The alpha, all heart, bit tick. Alpha bit tick. Alphabetic. Bet. To gamble? No thanks. Alpha bet tick. No, I'm good. I'll stick with creation, thanks. The egocentric, the equicentaur trick. Egocentric. Equus, horse. Centaur, man-horse trick. You see it? The phone tick, you might say phonetic. You know, someone's tapped your line. It's interrupting your telephone cycle in communication. That's the alphabet ticks. Caught up in the G-E-OM etrix matrix. Okay? Mat theme tick. Mathematic. Depends on how you pronounce it, you see. Mat, you've been flattened and matted. You know, you put a mat on a picture to frame it. Yeah. Mat theme. So you're the theme, the me, that is matted on the mat. And that's the tick and the trick that you need to simply lift off. Legal name fraud, legal name, id entity, any id entity, title, or anything at all that you may or may not think you are. Well, you see, those of us that know we're certainly not any of that. That's somebody else's idea of who I am. Thanks, I'm good. I got my own idea of who I am. I'll just be that. And when you step into the true heart of self, the true benevolent self, creation steps right in along with you. That's when you reach the no vengeance, not interested. Yeah, you want to fight, knock yourself out. You still want to play with these monkeys? Go ahead. I'm just saying to you now and all is well. That's just a bad idea. You're killing your own soul doing it. So you choose from there. Yeah, it's the ego centaur trick. Egocentric. Okay? It's not difficult once you start just getting your crayons out. Pen, pencil, piece of paper. Take an hour with yourself. I'll tell you, the ego, the id, will do everything it can to make you an ego child. Killed. Your indigo, your ultraviolet aspect, is killed. That's why I like the ones. I'm an indigo child. Are you really? Indigo child? Indigo killed? Well, indigo child is a title, isn't it? And look how focused. Let's talk about an indigo. And I've heard lots of people. I'm an indigo child. Are you really? Okay. Well, here, let's show you the ego that you're infinitely in, hexed in the womb and killed, indigo child. You got the wrong purple going on. That makes you the people that the purple people eater like to eat. And they do love their grapes, don't they? And their wine, all purple-like. Purple. Bipoling, per pole. They got you on a pole, magnetic pole, and they're feeding off of it because you think you're that. The things that I will say that I know I am in the role of, the tranny thing and Irish thing and blonde hair, blue-eyed blood thing, meat stick thing, Judge Bowes thing, all of these things They're the sum of the particles. That's the sum of the particles regathered to become the way of truth. It's not pronounced photon. Well, it can be if you were stuck in a spell. It's the fa tone, the heart tone. Where do you live? The heart town? The home town? Kiroer? Okay. So let's play the game of show you the dimensions 1 to 10, shall we? Just in case you haven't seen this yet. It's really neat. If you take all 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, write them out, big capital D beside them, to represent half the whole, also known as dimension. You're suffering from a little bit of dementia, Ion. Okay? You forgot. No more dementia. Okay? And the dimension, dime, 10 cents, 10 cents, creation minds. It's not a coincidence that a dime is called, a 10-cent coin, most high, is called a dime. Dia-me, duality of the I in the magnetic electric. Dime. Take the D out, you have time. Time me up in the 10 of the physical. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'll show you the 45, 55. It culminates between the 9 and the 10. 9th and 10th dimensions. I'll show you home base, Billy. Watch. First dimension, 1D, is the one-hit wonder. That's a one-deer. Walking around in wonder of the physical world, playing all of its games. Let's go vacation here. Let's get married there. Let's have kids now. Let's do this and travel to here and do that and be this and wrap our entire day up in the wonder of it all, the one deer of it all. Got to travel here. Got to travel there. World traveler, vacation, just all. See the wonders, the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Okay, that's all of them. You can look at them as lakes or mountains or pastures and cities and this wonderland here, one deer land. That's the legal name land, the flat Earth, in the most literal sense. You are caught in the world of one deer, in the world of wonder. And you're wondering what's going on. You ever wonder what's going on? Gee, I wonder what happened there, Bob. Yeah, it's all about wonder, isn't it? Wonderland. They even have Canada's Wonderland, not far from me. Yeah, it's a wonder anyone ever woke up. But anyway, so once you see beyond, wait a minute, there's something going on here, something not quite right. You've actually entered into the second dimension, the duality. You're starting to see clear between right and wrong. Wait a minute, that's not right. You shouldn't. What do you know the moments you've had. Well, you're stealing from people and humanity. What? That kind of stuff. Sort of gets your goat, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, that's when you've entered into the second dimension. That's where you find yourself. The 1 + 2 = 3. That's where you'll find the third dimension. You'll see the duality, the Tom, male turkey within you. Yeah. The duality. Tweedledum, Tweedledee, Abel, Cain, the one that is that program within you that wants to fight the truth. The divided one. The one that is divided from creation. The demon within you. Remember, the demon is in all of us. It's up to you to exorcise that demon from you. You're your own exorcist. Okay? Exorcist. To excise the cyst. They love their excise taxes, don't they? Mm-hmm. So now we found that we're not in any wonder and just caught up in the everything is more important about me stuff. While you have the illusion that you're doing it for others because there's others around you. You might call them friends or family or something to that effect. So you feel like you're in the illusion of a, two-dimensional world, helping others and experiencing life with others, and traveling here with friends and going there, and just look at the wonder of this world, and you'll see how easy it is to trap children in Wonderland. This is the Pinocchio and the Lost Boys. Remember, it was all boys in the Pinocchio story. That's the masculinity. Okay? Everything in the physical world is masculine. It's all male. Everything is male here. It's all about the male, isn't it? Yeah, you get it in the mail, and it's the wonderful play on phonics. The cocks swarm to where the where it's warm for the cocks. Okay, the rooster, the cock, the rooster, the trick of the divine, tricking the divine feminine. Right, one rooster, many hens. Right, there's not many roosters in the barnyard, is there? No, it's typically one or two. You keep all those hens well serviced. Okay, that's their idea of a harem, Lucifer's harem, where all of humanity, divine feminine spirit, you, the true source of creation itself, is being raped and pillaged through one trick of the tail. Your genesis, the idea. Plant the seed in that infinite heart of yours and trick you into watering it with bullshit. Yeah, they throw all the manure on you and you do all the growing. I told you this place is all about shit. That's why I tell you, you have to have a royal flush here. Because when you have the royal flush, then you also have the hand L of the toilet, to let, to rent, you rent, toilet. So pull the fucking handle. Flush loo down the loo. Once and for all. That's what the royal flush does. The royal flush of this world is simply this: legal name, fraud, felony. They don't break the law. If you really don't want to break any laws here, in the man-made sense, well then you might want to start with that one, because if you don't, every other law after that you've already broken anyway. Because there's nothing in their world that can be done without you committing felony fraud first. You cannot enter their world without being a criminal. That's a fact, a legal fact. And that's the fact that people have the hardest time with, and I really can't understand why. Because, you hear people saying they want to be free of this and free of that, but they don't trust creation at all. They only trust their paychecks. They only trust their physical survival reality. Okay? That's the Wonderland 1D'ers. Caught in the duality, so they're not getting beyond two dimensions. They're still on the page of Anubis, the Book of the Dead, registered, still thinking they're dead. And it's not the fact that you, the living, are dead. Well, nothing gives life to the paper doll without you. So that's the in want of. They won't. It's not that they can't. The illusion of fear says they won't. They've lost trust in creation. And this place is designed to make damn sure that you lose the trust in creation. So we'll get into the samurai aspect tonight as well to show you the pia mater, dura mater, and the arachnoid, okay? Everything works perfectly in the same get through the web, kids. All right? There's only one way to slip through the web of Lucifer, and that's kill the legal name, title, every idea of a name, period. You're living in the world of Epimetheus. You're Promethean fire, the element between. I'll connect all the elements for you tonight as well. So now we've went the 1 plus 2 equals 3. Now, once you've seen the duality within yourself, the good versus evil, and still, thinking you have a choice to, well, if I just do this, I'm really not doing any harm. Yes, you are. Read Bulletproof. If you are working in and of and for the Luciferian construct through the legal matrix system, you are in fact guilty of all crimes on this planet. So don't cry to me about babies getting blown up. That's yours, not mine. I'm doing my best to stop that. Okay? Yeah, it is that fucking simple. Sorry, hate to tell you. I know, hate me for it. Knock yourself out. Okay, you're a fucking cunt for telling me. Yeah, I know. That's your opinion, though. It's not an opinion of me. That's an opinion of yourself. Because everything you hate about me is everything you hate about yourself. You see, that's the beautiful mirror of love. I wish you no harm. My wish is to not only not wish you any harm, but show you how you've been harming yourself and others, so that you're not harming yourself either, or me, or anyone else for that matter. It makes for a better world as far as I can tell. Yeah, we were Eld, not anymore. So now we're up to the third dimension. So 1 + 2 = 3. Interesting. 3D. Once you get your pieces together, you start to see that you've lifted yourself off the page. That the moment you lose a legal name is the moment you enter the 3D reality. Because now you can triangulate your position of where you are in space and time, where you are on Jacob's ladder, where you were thinking something at one point and where you are knowing differently now. That's your contrast within yourself. I can't see that for you. You can only see that for you. I can see it myself and the choices that I make. I'm sure there's lots of people who disagree with me, but that's okay. That's their opinion. Where I am in my consciousness versus where I was is night and day. So when you get to that point, this is beyond 3D, but anyway, I'll go step by step here so you can see it within yourself. Give you at least a map reference grid within yourself so you can steer yourself in the right directions. And again, the only thing you're going to find any resistance on is the ego or the id, the demon within you, clinging to your life for dear life. Because without you, it's dead. The demon dies without you. That's your diamond dies, the demon dies. It's how it works. The diamond is gone. Because truth is the only thing that can cut through a diamond. Only a diamond can cut through a diamond. Okay? So be the diamond of truth. Nice cutting edge you got. Royal flush too, huh? Yeah, this kills the system. And for people that are still caught up in this fear of the system, lose that fear now. Completely. Because there is nothing the Luciferian system this is creation law. This is law of the Most High. You think you can top creation law? Yeah, me either. And here is the creation law. You might see it as the Celestine prophecy effect of the dome around you. It's real. That's what is real. And when you see it for yourself, you'll know it is real. It's not because I say so, it's because I know so. Whether you choose to see that with yourself or within yourself, that's entirely up to you. But I will tell you this. You will not see this without going through this. Your metal is being tested, the fifth element. So now that you're in 3 dimension, you see the duality within yourself, Tweedledum, Tweedledee, the fluffy, the ego, the separate, the id, the demon. You've moved that outside of yourself. Because the demon lives only through the Luciferian legal world. That's the umbilical cord to creation. To the physical, it's invisible. To the spiritual, it's like a fucking hawser rope that holds a super tanker. You got to frayed that knot. So don't be afraid not. Cut it. Cut it clean. Cut that Gordian knot clean. It's draining you. And it's as simple as changing your mind. Just to see this. This is not about, what do I do? But Kate, what if? And leave that all out of it. That's Luciferian literal matrix got a grip on your mind. It's called war-E, the war of consciousness. Worry. Stop worrying. Truth has you in its arms when you take truth in your arms. You guys want to see magic. If you really want to see magic, there's where it lives. Creation lives there. So now that you've passed through the 3 dimension, you see the reality of, flat earth people in the literal sense of the legal namers, right? Like the flat Earth concept, and it's not a concept. It is what it is. It's very easy to see. It's like a bottle cap, tipped on one side. Funny how I did a chessboard ripped out of the Earth, or in that ripped out of. It was an album cover I did for Athen Rye, Nature of the Game, for cassettes. I drew it, and it's hand drawn. Anyway, I got to see if I have one kicking around somewhere. But anyway, here I see a picture of, it looks like a bottle cap ripped out, flat Earth, the disc us, So now, 1 plus 2 equals 3. To get to the fourth dimension, once you can add the fourth dimension, that's the four corners of the heart, the four faces within yourself, the four reflections in the two mirrors of yourself, the as above, so below, the physical and the spiritual, to make the physical match the spiritual. Okay? Truth. And the more spirit, truth you bring into self, the more effect you have, more causal effect you have in the overall consciousness of all here. This is what Lucifer was terrified of, us finding this out. And we did. It's all hinged on the idea of being dead, the id-ia fix. The dog that you've been made into to fetch and felch. You can look that one up. Yeah, felch lives indeed. Part 1 and 2. So now we have 1 plus 2 equals 3. Interesting. Plus 4 equals 7. Interesting. Oh, look at that. Looks like we're finding the truth of creation infinite itself right there. Once you put the four dimensions of yourself together, the four faces. I'll show you the four faces. The first face that you have to face is earth, heart. Right? You've got to rise from the ashes first to hear the word of truth, word of God, if you will. If you look at the word earth, you'll see the H at the end, and when you rearrange it and put the ash, French for H, at the beginning, that's when you'll see your ETA, eta, consciousness in the law of truth of the Christ. It's the same letter in Greek. Okay, that's where your ETA is. You've arrived. Estimated time of arrival? Now. And you will see the now at the fourth point, moving into 5 dimensions. And the dimensions are exposed in the spelling of the numbers. It's beautiful. You will not see this reality until you start playing with phonics and respelling the spells that you're spellbound with. I cannot do this for you. You have to do this yourself in the physical to really grasp the concept. You must make it manifest within your own reality, in the physical, being the cause to show the effect of this, instead of being an effect to every word that gets thrown at you, with all manner of hidden intents that we have exposed in all manner of different ways. So now we have the 1 plus 2 equals 3. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. There's Christ. And of course, plus 4 equals 10. So you've achieved the 10 once you've four-cornered your own heart. Basically, no more bullshit at any cost. You just grind on through. And some are easier than others and whatever. You got to grind on through this. Your mettle is being tested here. Do you wield the sword, the words of truth? Right? May the Schwartz be with you indeed. The S-warts. Squirts. Squirts. Well, when I played soccer, that was the name of the first league for all the youngins, the Squirts. Then it went to the Atoms, then the Mosquito League, then Pee-wee, then to Bantam. Yeah, it all fractures out into everything. It's beautiful. Right, so the first one you have to master is the heart, the earth within self. The heart within you is the small fractal of the earth, of the heart outside of you. If you see the earth as the beating heart of a child trying to be born, you'll understand why this is so important. It's time to level it out. And you will not get level, flat earth horizon of perfection until you level your own playing field. And while you're caught in a lie and a truth, you are rocking back and forth, pitching and rolling on the seas of illusion. This is where you have to get your Yahweh in order, and it's not some bearded faggot up in the fucking sky, okay? Yah is the left-right, the direction. Way, well, Kurds and way, baby. This is the cereal of truth. This is the hue of mana tea, the true hue mana tea. Hue, the color of mana, truth, in the truth, humanity. Once you've done that, you found the heart within yourself to do no wrong at all. Okay? Then we move to the element of water. Power of spirit breath. Wat-er. Truth. That's where the power lies, in the watt. Watts of electricity. The true intention, the wat-er. You are the wat-er now. You are at ka-say. You've taken your crow back, your crow. Now the cause is yours. This will explain why they have ravens at the Tower of London. They don't want to lose their crows, their crowns. That's where they keep Edward's crown, Tower of London. When the crows or the ravens leave, the tower falls. The tower's already down. So that's the waters of truth, of self in the heart. You know what to do. Just do it. Stop bitching about it. Stop trying to justify why you're afraid of this and why you're afraid of that, and just fucking do it. You'll see for yourself. It's pure magic. Or don't. It's up to you. Air. That's the spoken will, the we all, the we el, the little Lucifer. Or not. The we're, the true place to park your ship. All right? So that's the air, the R-E. It's time to put the I after the Christ and the spirit breath. Because while it's A-I-R, what you have there is the Christ mind putting yourself before the breath. It's a Luciferian, saying you're greater than creation itself. So the air must become the R-E, to become the air, H-E-I-R, of the crown, the true crown of creation, of heaven itself. So the A-I-R becomes the A-R-I. Christ mind of spirit breath, creating I. In the true image of truth. Not some lurdy, Piscean luring you with all the bait and switch. That's all it is. The witch, the true witch, is thinking you have the choice of which to do. So you need to be careful watching which witch is watching which witches watch. Best watch your own witch. Don't make a sandwich out of yourself, because you are the meat in the middle. You are the meatel, not the metal. Okay? So there's the what-ers. The air and the heart. Oh, we have fire left. Fyro, the creation of spirit breath. That's when your literal spoken wheel through creation itself becomes the Fyro, the creation of the spirit breath. You are given back, to whatever degree you are walking in truth, the power of changing creation around you. Only truth can do this. And I watch it appear every day. I watch the things that come in, because I've been watching which is watching which witches watch. And I don't have a witch, and I certainly don't need a watch. Watt key? Watt sun? No, I am the Watt key. So I don't need to Watt key anything else outside of me except me, life itself. The Watt key, watch. That's the power of life, Watt key. So we have fire. That's your elements mixed and purified. To prove your own words. Sword. Swords. Metal. Metal. Testing your metal. Meet all, or as in to meet everyone, or meet all, to be the hamburger on Hamburger Hill. Go out and get hammed. Ham it up. That's the nature of the game. So getting back to the numbers, by the numbers, shall we? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. Works out perfectly. That's the I.O. or the binary. You've brought both your sons together. Bi and Ari. Duality infinite of the Most High brought together. That's what a binary sun is. You are a binary star divided. So this is where you bring your binary star within self. Truth connects all of this. It's pure magic. Go see for yourself. So then we go to 5. Well, that leaves 10 plus 5 is 15. That represents the 6, which is the 1 in the 5A, 1 in the creation of truth. Fife, something you play. Freddie, the flute. Learn to play a fife, by the way. Penny whistle, if you will. Recorder, woodwind. First thing I learned to play was a penny whistle. And of course, a fife is the same. It's got the, and I played the bagpipes too. Okay? So these are very physical experiences with me that I've experienced, so I can see this in my own, path to verify and confirm my now and how all of this phonics proves everything I've ever done in my life. For a reason. I know why. Truth. Okay, so 15 in terms of the Tibetan calendar, the 15th of the month, the midpoint, as they call it. Actually, 18 is the true midpoint, consciousness itself, in a 36-day month instead of a whatever they're doing, fucking crazy shit. But anyway, 15 is the symbol, allegory in the Tibetan structure of the Most High of the Divine Feminine. They had a lunar calendar, okay, so that would be deemed the highest point of the Divine Feminine, which is true in that it is the 1 and the 5. The 1 in the 5A in the creation, sacred geometry, phi, creation of truth, ve from verily, or very, so look at that. Varies from one to the other? No. That's a lie in itself. That's the veil eyes. Take the R out, put the L back in, you'll see it. Nothing varies. Something is ver-e, the truth of consciousness. Flip the L for the R, and you'll see the veil eyes, veil-ease. Right? To go to the lies, val-eyes, val-ease. If you're stuck in the veil lie, the val-e, well, you're done. You can't be in the veil of lies. That is the veil lie of the shadow of death. You might remember Psalm 23. P-Psalm. So what do we have? 15. So 1 plus 2, that's fifth dimension. That's where you get to the creation of truth. That's where really neat stuff starts to happen. Then we bring the 6th, the expanding outward spiral, like the 9, the expanding outward spiral. Okay, the 6-9, the yan-yin, the yin-yang, the ka-en-se-ro, Cancer, that's the highest point between the Gemini, the Chem-ni, the creation within self, and the ka-en-se-ro, and it happens on June 21st, which you will see is a very interesting effect here because it proves it, because 15 plus 6 is 21, so there's June 21st. Yep, of the Most High. So that's where you've achieved 6th dimension. Okay? That's where really cool stuff starts to happen. And of course, 21 being the 777, the Yahweh, first company I ever established was called 777. Funny how you leave these clues behind. Hansel and Gretel, yes. Every clue you ever needed was in your life path. You were Hansel and Gretel working in one meat stick. So there's another way of seeing the left-right brain as Hansel, Gretel, Cain, Abel, Tweedledum, Tweedledee, So learn to play with them as one so you can see your own life path. Okay? And of course, once you're at that point, say they n, well, that's a spirit, psyche, 6. All right? Psi, spirit, X, key. That's your psyche, your spirit itself. The most high point, well, in the calendar sense, is 21st of June. Yes? Yeah. So then we go plus 7, and that makes it 28, which, look at that. That's a duality infinite. To 8. To be consumed, or to infinity and beyond. See the concepts that are contained in one letter? And of course, 2 plus 8 is 10. It'd be 1, 0. So you've taken the 10 upon itself. You've raised the power of 10 here at the 7th dimension. And of course, when you get to the 8, 28 plus 8 is 36, which is the Trinity in the Christ, which is 9, 3, 6, 9. That's where the 8 becomes the 3, 6, 9. Someone want to tell Marco Rodin this stuff. He's too literal. And 8 is to be consumed or infinite. Right? Infinite contraction or infinite expansion is the 8. Right? So don't consume yourself. So there's your 8th dimension. And there's the ATE versus the ETA in the mirror. So that's the ashes burned. Now it's the ATE. The Christ mind of you and the truth of consciousness. You've turned the ETA, where was that? ETA, ash, earth. That was in the earth element. You've taken that ETA and flipped it into the AT. Aten. Pay a 10. Psi on. Psi 1, spirit of 1. Don't pay attention. You see the phonics? Oh, it's pushed it away from you? No, you need to be the Aten, right? Look what the Egyptians did. It's pretty hilarious when you get this. It plays out in every reality. So ETA, ATE. So it's a perfect, fist fight, hold the light, and carry out the cross. Right? You've taken the fist fight of the Antichrist, or the consciousness, E, and turned it into the Christ of no fight, of the A. Remember, 6 is both Christ, Antichrist. SIX can also be spelled SICKS. 6. Explode the words through the sound. An X can sound like CKS, KS, CS. There's very few sounds out there, guys. You'll start to be astonished at how few sounds there are that we've collaborated into all of these supposedly different sounds by connecting them in different orders. Rearrange the orders, and you rearrange the furniture on Lou. And that makes Lou blind and trips all over the fucking place like Helen Keller, All right, so now we have the 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. I mean, you can do this very easily. The 1 plus 1 equals 2. And it's in defiance, yet working in perfect unison of the Fibonacci sequence, too. All right, so we have 8 is the 3, 6, 9, 36, totaling 9. Right, so that's the Trinity within self. That's the, in the literal sense, the Mother, the Father, the Son, and Holy Ghost, which is the Mother, the Child, and the heavenly creation intent. It's all in the mirror here. They teach you all backwards here. Fa is heart. That's mother. That's the idea of the mom, the feminine. Father is feminine. Mother is masculine. It's all backwards. All right. So once we have that, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. I could do the 3 plus 4 is 7 and stuff, but I'm trying to keep the layers simple here. And then 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 6 is 21, plus 7 is 28, plus 8 is 36, and then, of course, we go to the plus 9, which is 45, which is 9 itself. That's consciousness upon consciousness itself, 9th dimension. You really see some neat shit there. And, of course, 9 plus 10 is 19, which is the 1 in consciousness itself, the 1 in 9. And there's the 45, consciousness, becoming the 55, source itself. That's the 45-55, Bill. Source of self. In case you were looking for that connection, you know how you've been particulated across space and time? Yeah, well, that one reconnects it for you. All right, where else did I want to go with that? I hope that's clear enough for people. It reads out, you just got to see the ticks in everything. As soon as you see the ticks, that's when you talks, right? So I'm the tick-tock. The talk ticker, tick-tocker, right? I set my own clock. All right. What else? I mean, that was pretty straightforward as far as I can tell. So tell you what, I'm just going to toss a tune on here and we'll get these mics opened up as soon as I can get the... Okay, that's bizarre. There we go. Just making sure I'm still on the air here. Holy shit, bizarre. Lots of weird stuff going on today, don't you think? BTR listener 029. There we go. Let me just get that out there so that everybody has that. Oh, it's refreshing. Too much fun, eh? All right, computer's doing a bug out here. Sure, hope you can still hear me. But in the meantime, I'm going to throw on the hometown key roll T, hometown court. Time to marry heaven, don't you think? Here we go. I'll be right back.
Grabbing on my 6-string, making rowdy music, playing all the day. something in the air makes me smile. I just want to be me for a while.
Just like that. Yeah, it's really the game of falling in love with your own heart. It's not complicated at all. Okay, let me see. I get to promote. Just BTR listener 029. Whatever. If you're tuned in, you're tuned in. You're already on the Facebook, and it don't matter. The number to call in, a little different than it has been for a long time. It sounds something like this: 347-637-3265. Of course, it's 28 callers. I know. It's funny how it works. To pick topic, right? This is the seven dwarves down in the gem cave, cave, the spirit of truth, chipping away at these gemstones, to pick them out. Topic. So stay on the to pick tonight. Is the more we can do that, the more you'll be able to see within yourself. And this is where you get to do the work for and of and by yourself, with the help of, hey, look, your classmates. That's all we are. We're just classmates. And each and every one of us, you want perfect on your project? Me too. And guess what? Teacher says it's okay that we help each other to make our projects the best projects, and they're all going to get A+, so it doesn't really matter. Okay? And that's all we're doing here. And my only urge is to help everyone I can get an A+ too, like so many of us already know is there. Okay? Projects are already handed in. Okay? So to get on the board, they call in 347-637-3265. BTR listener 029, of course, hit 1 on the dial pad. Lets me know you're actually interested in coming down into Plato's cave to chip out some beautiful emeralds and topaz and opals and diamonds and all the rest of these spiritual gems. Okay? So let me see. Let's get Ferocities open. All I have to do is hit 1 on the dial pad. So come on, guys. Show me that you're interested in yourself.
I am.
Oh, I know you are. I mean, the obvious ones are. It's, the ones, I know the ones that are really interested in learning, and that's the ones that always show up and put their hands up. Okay? So come on in. And tell you what, here's a question from me. What do you think of what I was talking about? Did any of it click with you? Did you see any magic in it? Let's pick that one apart first. Let's see how good I was able to display that, where it's easier to understand a few more things. That's all it takes here. It's just, how was that? Did that help at all? Dimensional? Earth? Oh, by the way, the metal? That's your samurai sword. The dura mater is the brittle, high-carbon steel on the outside, and the pia mater is the low-carbon, soft steel on the softer steel on the inside, working together, the strong force and the weak force on the atomic level of spirituality, so that your sword, no matter what battle you go into, will never break and will cut through every other sword because it is the sharpest at the atomic level. Cuts atoms in half. And Eve's, and Lucifer's, and serpents, and evil, and whores, and Babylon, and all of it.
Since English is not the current way of expressing myself, I have to look up some words. Like middle, I had to look it up. I didn't know what it meant.
Metal? Okay, metal, I'll help everybody. Good. See, now I know how to help. Thank you. Metal in English is, when your metal is being tested, it's how strong is your resolve to stand in an idea that you know to be true. So that's your metal, your truth being tested.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what's the other word for metal? Oh, well, there's the fifth element. The metal, the physical metal. If you notice, metal is all malleable. Malleable.
Yeah.
Have a look at all the words that have male in them. And this is not guy bashing. You're missing the point, because the whole illusion of male, female in this world is the guys. It is not you. Don't put that label on yourself. Here, I can prove it. Everyone on this planet has a penis. Fact.
Well,
some are really small.
Yeah, sure. For a lady, it is small.
Yep. For a guy, it's big. Again, it's a penis. It's a dick measuring contest here with Lucifer. Have you ever noticed that? Everything's about how big is your dick. My dick's this big, and your dick's how big. And that's guys and girls. They're all doing the same game.
Agree.
It's the same game. You know, here's another version of bigger dick, smaller dick. Oh, you just drive a little Honda Civic. I've got a Ferrari 308 GTS. Oh. Mm-hmm. You see, that's someone trying to tell another that they have a bigger cock. Right? That's all that is. And again, cock, City of London Corporation, COLK, that's the cock, CAULK, that they're using to seal your window shut so the waters of truth don't get in. And once you peel the cock, legal name fraud, felony, off of you, there's no more window left. That's the hurricane, get the job done. It comes flying in on you. That's the tsunami. The tsunami, you know, that's the wave of truth that just pours in. That's your Noah's flood. And because you're in your ark, you can float above that. All of these things are now. They're not historical, okay? That's what's hysterical about it. These are all the journey of you. So you've achieved your Noah's ark when you float on the waters of truth. Nothing can sink your ark. Right? So there's the 5 elements as played out in the Chinese zodiac. The earth, water, air, fire, metal. You can have the wood in there as well, but I see wood as a verb, not a no one, a noun. Right? Would do, wouldn't do. And again, wood is just another way of saying earth. Okay? Grows of the earth, from the heart. The tree of life grows from the heart. So when you get your metal tested, that's your sword of truth, your vorpal. More like vorpar. Voroparo. Take the P out and you have the go into the row, your RE, boat. You see? Like I said, there's very few sounds that are in all of the words. Very few. Typically for me, it's in and around about a dozen sounds. It's not many. Ki, ka, fi, fa, you know, fi, fi, fo, fum. You'll see these expressions of life. Ari, most high. Coin, most high. Coin, duality in, duality not. In as a prefix means not, or it means inside something, of something, and not of something at the same time. That is the trick of phonics. That's the grammatic, the grammar tick. That was solved ages ago. That was the one that actually showed this whole reality to me. Solved the grammar tick, the grammatic. Just like in Hoodwinked, Little Red Riding Hood going off to Grandma's house. And what was waiting for Little Red Riding Hood at Grammar's house? The wolf. In Grammar's clothing. Sheep's clothing. The wool vase, the wolves. Pulling the wool over your eyes, use. They put the little lamb's wool little wigs on. Yeah. They're the ear wigs. They get in your ear, you know, little pincers. I'd never seen an earwig until I went to Ireland. And then I come back here and it's like, oh yeah, they're all over here now too. Funny how the earwigs went everywhere. Yeah, what is an earwig? Well, as the story goes, you didn't want to be lying down on the ground because an earwig would crawl into your ear, you know. But what is an earwig in the court? Well, wig, W-H-I-G-S. They love wearing their wigs, W-I-G-S. kind of funny how I would never wear a wig. Hated them. No way. Not a chance. Not me. I'll rearrange my own furniture, thanks. So I did. Funny that. All transplanet-like. Yeah. Move the airs around. Crown yourself. It's beautiful, the allegory I live. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, what was the other one? Oh, yeah. To repair a little damage done as a kid. Had a sphincterectomy as well. Got that all stitched up. Yeah. I had all the clues, baby. All the clues. Nails. I just had to nail everything shut for myself to see where it was, why it was, what did I need to learn from it. Yeah, and ferocity being in of the Francais lingo, very, very helpful that you speak both, and of course your native tongue, your not you have, the not of tongue, not I have tongue, where my not I have, tying my tongue up in knots, the not I have is English. That's why you have to, take a few other knots and languages, so you're not languishing in language, right? yeah, linguistics, yeah, linguistics, yes, they are, linguistics. So once you learn the cunning linguists of the cunning linguist, you understand it's all about eating pussy for them. It's all about cocks and musos, cocks and muscles, cockles and muscles. Yeah. Yeah. She sells seashells, Seychelles. It's an island by the seashore. Time to shore up your dam, madame. That's creation itself. When you finally get to the point of, okay, this is pretty messed up, and you're going to push through things. That's your metal being tested, and you will notice very quickly that nothing can withstand your sword, your words, nothing. And it's a very short Roman sword, for stabbing. It's a samurai short sword, because here's how you stab a Roman, instantly to death. Look up the history. Their swords were meant for piercing and stabbing only. So here, take your Roman sword back. Excuse me, legal name fraud? That's a felony to use a legal name. It's against the law in your world. I don't live in your world. I don't break laws, yours or any other. Have a nice day. The short sword is legal name fraud. Felony. No thanks. Bye-bye. Is that short and sweet enough for the Romans? I'd say. And the thing is, you don't even have to say it. You just have to know it, because as soon as you know it, there's your ark floating, and they can't come anywhere near it. And like the movie The Fog from 1980, I watched it last night. It was brilliant in showing this out. You see, all of the idea was 100 years later, April 21st, 1880 to April 21st, 1980, they had the ship was sank and gold was stolen. Okay, when you see the characters that are deemed to be evil coming out of the fog as creation itself coming in to sort shit out, then you'll see what's really going on. And you'll notice that the one, and it plays both ways, right? The one that is sitting in the house, all of these dead pirates were coming ashore in the fog. And they would come and knock the door. And they would knock and knock and knock. And the one that it stopped knocking and went away was the one that wasn't even going to think about opening their door. What happened later was the ones that, they actually thought about opening the door, and because they thought about it, they could come through. The thought is the connection, guys. As soon as you think something to be, it will be. You obviously don't understand the power of that, because if you did, you'd be doing it, like I do it. It's called untouchable, Celestine prophecy. The short Roman sword that takes the entire beast down, because you are be as truth instead of the beast. Working on a little essay called Beastie and the Beaut instead of Beauty and the Beast. Butte, the abutment. End of the world. They fall off that one. It's pretty cool. Just trying to think of other allegories to pull into that. Yeah, the fog is a good one. What else? Mission Impossible 3 did I watch? Which one was it? I think it was... might have been 3. Yeah, I think it was 3. Because I watched 2 before I watched 3. And what's his name from... he just died. He was in the Mockingbird movies. What's his name? I connected the Red Dragon today, by the way. So the Red Dragon's coming in. He was also the guy that played the reporter for the Daily Tatler, the real asshole that Hannibal took out, sent him down the hill in a flaming wheelchair. Same guy. And, of course, he showed up in another movie that they were watching here today. Coincidentally, I look for the coincidences. As soon as I connect 4, I'm good. 3 are connected. The 4th, well, it's already connected to Mockingjay anyway. Hunger Games, yes, we are. But anyway, it was in The Talented Mr. Ripley. You know? Let's go to Skype. Someone's bound to have put it up by now. Or not. Who knows? Yeah, was it breaking up a little bit, by the way?
Someone is writing Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, there's Philip Seymour Hoofman. That's what you do. Yeah, PSH. Pounds per square inch, if you're French. Oh yeah. Yeah, fire up. Creation, amour, love of creation. And hoof, that's the source man. That's Hoffman is centaur to me. Hoofman, horseman, centaur. Okay? See how you tie the connections together? Are you guys getting this idea of tying ideas together? Yeah, there you go. See, Rose got it. See more. Not blind anymore. This is where you see more. And there it is. Philip is 5 row, phi, row, I row. Row your boat. See more. Centaur, you silly centaur. Get centered instead of centaured. Torn in two. Taurus. Well, again, what is the centaur? It's the saggy Taurus. The femur camp. And again, I don't care. You see, do you know what's really funny is people have this, hey, wait a minute, I'm Piscean. You know, you're picking up. No, you're not. That's just a clue of the other, to lead you to the other 11 that you are. To put all your 12 disciplines together in your 7 cant L. No way, Lucifer, sticks. The menorah, mine aura within. Light your cant L's within. 7 deadly sins pissed them out on you. You have to turn them to choose. Truth choose. Chew on that. That's when you know there is no choice. Because there's only one thing to choose. The only thing I like chewing on is truth. You will never be hungry in the truth. Never. You end the Hunger Games right there. 13 districts, Hunger Games? Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman was the president of the 13th. Or one of, anyway. Or worked for. Kind of the unseen character until that movie. That's the allegory of the Christ showing up. That's the Christ within you showing up. You will see your own Philip Seymour centaur for yourself. But you will need your crayons. I know the difference between those that have, even just started to do the work and not. I know the ones that have danced with the Phoenician and can see how to fly. It's very easy. It's night and day. Because they're the ones that aren't asking so many questions, but presenting these things all by themselves. Same way I do. Who the hell do you think taught me this? Did any of you teach me this? No. And yes. But not in the way you think you taught. Just in the way I know I learned. L earned. Lucifer in the ash. That's what happens when you earn something. It's because you L earned it. You put Lucifer in the urn, And guess who's getting burned there? Because you have been earned. Be earned through the test of your mettle. Your Sam, say more I, say more I. Modus operandi of the spirit breath of all creation itself. And like, the perfect mirror, the whole idea of making a samurai sword, they use religious rituals to make the sword. Samurai is a religion of killing. Their swords are measured in bodies, how many bodies they can cut through in one swipe. And the best of the best were rated 5 body, 5 star. They could cut through 5 bodies in one swing. 5 humans murdered to proof that sword. This is where you proof your own words, your own sword. And you get the gold seal on it. And this sword is different. It's one that brings things back to life. It resurrects the Lazarus from the dead. That's the power you wield. Or not, it's up to you. I think it's pretty cool. It's not an opinion, that's a matter of fact. It's pretty cool.
It is cool.
There's no fear left there, guys. I think the only ones you'll ever find yourself worrying about at that point are those you love around you, And that really does become the only focus you have. And then you have to realize that you're not here to save anyone. But you are. But you're not. The intent is to wake up, save thyself, and share that message. That's where you become the Messiah, the magnetic electric creation itself. What is of the Ia. Yan from creation to the light of self. You decide how fast you fly. With me, it's not a choice or a decision at all. It just doesn't slow down. And the things that need to pop up, pop up. Now, Red Dragon, you can go to Blake on that one as well. The artist, the dragon, the red dragon, the painting. What is the red dragon? Well, the Nibiru. That's the A Dance Through Time portrait as well. You can see the ride of the Valkyrie, and that's what's happening right now. The ride of the veil, Ki Ro E. The veil of the Christ mind within self being lifted. Yeah, even NASA, never a straight answer, you know that. Not applicable creation as well. Naysay. That's their problem. They're naysayers. But I'll tell you, one of the things, you got lots of, quote, normal people working in there too. Blind as the rest of us, were. Blind as some still are. And humans will act as humans do under full programmable positions and situations. You don't need many to keep this lie going, do you? No. All you have to do is feed the id, and it takes over from there if you let it. But there's NASA talking about, well, we're looking out and we're seeing these things, and there's something out there that defies all laws of physics. We don't understand it. It was coming in, and then it stopped, and it's been sitting there for about 2 years. Yeah. The moment is at hand. Yeah. It's showing up everywhere. I mean, it's going to get to the point where finally the doubters of men, the daughters of men, will have all doubts and dots removed. And they will be confronted with their own mortality. You want the second death? Well, don't worry. You have a few minutes. Figure it out. Because I'll tell you, in the moment of now, give you an example of how precious 5 minutes can be. 5 minutes before the Prinz Eugen lobbed a shell down the smokestack of the HMS Hood that blew up the entire ship, leaving only 3 survivors. 5 minutes before that, there was 1,500 guys. Thought everything was just fine. Thought they were ready for battle. Thought they had it. Thought they had it in hand. We've got the biggest battleship of the British Navy here. You know, we got a few other ships. Yeah, we got this. And then 5 minutes later, well, how much do you think those 1,500 sailors would have wished to have that 5 minutes back, knowing what was coming to change direction of the ship? How many of them? Well, all of them, including the survivors. North Atlantic's not a nice place to be swimming in. Not at that time of year. Not at any time of year. Unless you're down in the Caribbean, that's, you know, it's a little different. But North Atlantic's not a place you want to swim. I know I've swam it many times. Even dove it once. Or twice. I think I did 2 dives that day. Yeah. Yeah. You starting to see the magic of all of this yet, guys? Yes? Okay, I guess I'm here by myself. All right. You know, just when I think I'm having a conversation with somebody, nobody talks. It's fun. Really puts a stop in what I want to do, you know. Sort of takes the point out of why I do this. Because you know what I can do, guys? I can do this all by myself. I don't have to do this with you. I don't have to share this, do I? Do I? Go ahead. Do I? But that's because I like to share-o-e. You know, share, mon cher, share and share alike, dear and dear alike, doe a deer and deer alike. Anybody else interested in being a little doe, being a little share and share alike?
Because I feel, Adamat, the one that talks often tonight.
Don't be shy with me. Oh my God, that's.
No, I'm not shy.
Oh, I know you're not. I know a few that aren't. Do you know what it feels like, though? I got to tell you.
Okay.
When nobody responds. I mean, I'm not talking about you or the ones that typically do, and the ones that hold back because they want to hear if someone else is going to respond first. That's kind of where your headspace is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. It's when there is no response. It's like, okay, because the only reason I do this is for you. If you can't give me the purpose to do this, then I don't have the purpose, and why the fuck am I doing it? I can solve this all by myself. It's already solved for me. I've already solved it for me. Baby, regardless of what comes flying through here, I'm fucking home. Are you? Are you home? Really, are you? Can you say that with the certainty I can? Yes or no?
No.
Then now you know why I'm here. Make it worth my while. Make it worth. The only thing that makes this worth my while is if it's worth yours. Hey, Jane. Come on, all the mics are open. As soon as the hand goes out, the mics are open. So I don't know what you're waiting for. Fucking invite? Are you special or something? Come on in. Fuck.
Hello.
Hello.
There you are.
How you doing? You alright?
Good, yeah. Did you get anything out of tonight's little, expose?
Yeah, I've been trying to follow it. I'm writing a few things down, getting the crayons out, so to speak. But
oh, good.
Yeah. I've got a few real mad things today, like a lot of things to do with the quad and the duality of things, like the cross and stuff. A lot of things been coming up like that, and just loads of things really that you've been saying has come up, as always, really.
Well, look at crayons. Here's a good one. How about the Kiro yawns? The Christ mind, ya, creation, ends, crowns, crayons. Get your crowns, kiro yawns out, and you'll see it.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I didn't early on. Like I didn't write down a lot. I just sort of tried my ability to use the visuals in my head. But yeah, since I've been doing it, since I've been using the crayons, it's helped so much. It really has.
Well, you know why? I'm going to tell you why you need to do this, because our thoughts have been so transcribed for us. It's very hard to get a clear picture of this in your mind until you actually do it. That's the show and tell part. That's the arrogance of humanity, thinking I can figure this out in my head. Well, yeah, you can. But unfortunately, your head's been crammed full of literal shit from the spellbound world. So if you want to remove the spell, you've got to go back to the spell to decode it and clear your mind out of all that clutter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a physical game.
Hence the kindergarten.
Go and tell. My favorite thing. Hey, well, I'm just going to go grab a coffee, seeing as you're here. I know you can keep the steam going, so I'll be right back.
I will. Okay.
You're right, Roy.
Hello. Who's... Okay. Go ahead. You got your crayons out.
I got my crayons.
I've been doing that for a while, and I've accumulated 4 notebooks full. And a thing that when it's really a big aha, I'll put a date, just so I can go back and reference, triangulate that. And then listening to the show again.
Yeah, I've been doing that. Even
yeah.
Go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and the most recent one was the Revelations by the Primes. That was February 25th. I want to say that was a great one. But anyway, yeah, getting the crayons out and breaking down the words. There was a post on Facebook that Kate had put up talking about 45-55, and that clicked with me because I had heard that before. I want to say Bill Donahue. Yeah.
Bill Donahue. He did a full video on it. And he even showed that where the antenna address was at 45-55 longitude, latitude. I just want to quickly jump in. I'm going to let you roll this for a bit because I want to hear other voices here, and I know you can keep it on track. So just give me a second here. I know the other messiahs. I know the other messengers. Okay, you're one of them. So I have no issue. I know you can keep this ball rolling, so at least somebody else can see that it's not just fucking monkey chatter mouth here. Okay, here it is. The phone number, we got 5 minutes to roll over, 5:38. Oh, yeah, I take myself so seriously. 347-637-3265 for the call-in. If you want to get the rollover, we're going to be there in just over 5 minutes. And BCHR listener 029 for those that want to call in with Skype. And just hit 1 on the dial pad because I'll tell you, this is Saturday. This is all we got tonight. Unless I can coerce somebody else. I might even go and open the table myself. I don't know. It depends on how much. I'm only motivated to fly when I know I've got people flying with me. It's kind of boring to fly by yourself, isn't it? Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, I mean when people call into the table, just push 1 on the dial pad, jump in and just say hello. Hey.
Hello, I'm here. Hello.
See, here's the thing with all of us here is we want to know that others are getting this so that we're not just talking to ourselves all the time. So, Roar, take the helm for a bit and take them flying. I'll drift with you.
Okay, very good. So the Bill Donahue video, yes, that triggered it, and all it was those numbers 45-55. So Google is your friend. So let's go Google 45-55. It takes you into outer space.
Yeah. What is it called? Eta Carina. ETA Kironia. You could make this up.
I know.
Go ahead.
And then Chandra plays into that as well. And Chandra, that gets into Vedic, but it represents the metal, but an illustrious metal.
Chandra.
And gems.
Hey, watch. Mitochondria. My duality, chondria, earth, heart itself. So you see mitochondrial, DNA, and mind in the mirror. So there's your chondra, your right angle, your spirit breath of Christ, you're out of it. So again, when I see the Vedic stuff, I take it straight to the evil mirror, because that's
yeah.
Okay, you got it. And the Mayan, I take it straight to the spiritual benevolence mirror, and you have the Chinese and the Western in between that. We did that on the sword. Carry on.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Oh.
I feel like I'm a Merlin or something when I'm listening to a cave
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Yeah, you are. That's the whole point of it. How much fun is it? Now, I'll ask you guys, the ones that really know how to fly and drift. How much fun is it when we have conversations?
Great fun.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing. It's a lot of times what happens to me is I just have to be just silent in awe. And not just it's not like idol worship or anything like that. It's look what we're doing. Look at this. Yay.
Go to the I Ching for today.
Oh yeah.
Okay, do you want me to share it, or do you want to read it?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I can bust this right down. It's beautiful. You see, this is me casting my own oracle. When I do this, I know when I do something, when it enters my mind to do it, it's consciousness telling me, you need to look here because there's something there for you to see. I say, okay. And I just roll with it. I don't question anything that comes into my mind. It came in out of the blue for that's the bluebird. When the bluebird shows up, follow it. So the bluebird says, when I think I Ching or I Ching, I... And here's what comes up when you do this. And, of course, it had my sister and I together, 15th of June and the 27th of June. There's the 15th, the 615, right? June 15th, right?
I'll see it.
There's your 21, blackjack. You can't make this up. It's beautiful. It's a perfect symphony. So 15 is Xian, which is, of course, dog. Right? T-O-K. That's the truth of the womb of the spirit. And it's a TKO. It's a total knockout. Watch this. Okay, so 15, Qian. Modesty. Oh, let me see. What would that be? Mote, S-T. Oh, the modus operandi of the truth in consciousness through divine feminine, the law of truth in consciousness. Yeah, mote. That's the moat around your castle. So keep that one close. Yeah. Below, Ken, knowledge, keeping still the mountain. Look at that. Sit still. Be the immovable mountain, for fuck's sakes. That's why these legal nuts they're still legal Nazis. Fucking crazy. Okay, here, I'll show you the contrast of what we're talking about. What would you rather talk about? What we're doing to expose creation and consciousness for you, or some sort of legal remedy of how to fuck somebody over? Which one? That's what I thought.
Creation.
Yeah, the other stuff's boring, right? But you see how literal and entrapped the mind is in these matrices.
Yeah.
It's like pulling hen's teeth. Anyway, modesty creates success. This is the judgment. Modesty, the modus operandi of truth, creates success. It does. The superior man carries things through. Follow it through. But no one else has ever done. No one else had ever made a judge bow that I know of. I just pushed it through to see what would happen because I knew I was standing in truth. I was tired of getting fucked over, especially by illusional things brought up just to try to drag me in to test my mettle, and they failed. The judge bowed, broke at the waist. Talk about.
That just triggered something with me.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Please.
I shared the Judge Bow's video with the Wichita County area news on their website, just so you know.
There you go. And that's 3.5 years old, guys. We've come a little ways since then. We didn't kind of stay stuck in that, I kind of got out of that @MyRLT, that muck, that towel.
Yes.
Yeah, that towel mud I see. Yeah, to L mud I see. Yeah, I saw the mud to L.
Wichita? Which you saw? There you go.
Yeah, Waikita or the Uwakita. It's the walkie-talkies. You get this shit, you play in the game. Yeah, oh, geez, Kate, how do you do that? It's easy. It's called creation gives it to you, and you just can't stop the flow, bitch.
You just sound it out.
Yeah. Here, let's get real modest for a second here. Most nights, I probably sound like a fucking genius, eh? Yeah, I know. But it ain't me. That's truth. I'm just kind of the messenger. That's all. You look like a fucking rock star. But you are. It's because you are a star of creation, and creation's saying, here, show everyone the truth within you. Go, and you do this. So you do.
Okay, back to the I Ching, the image. I'm sorry.
This is the dance, love. You see, when we dance like this, jump in and let's go, hey, that's a neat-looking mountaintop. Let's go there for a minute and zoom over that and come back, right? We'll never lose track of what our course is. It's 180 degrees, baby, straight south. It's all good.
Stay on the egg. You
got it. So the image is this. Like, this plays out perfectly. This is the importance of humility, okay? The humor, the hue, the color of the mirror, I crucify or I see in the truth. That's the true humility, the humirity. Okay? The humirati or the humirati. Mirror, magnetic electricer, IT. You see, it depends on what your IP address is in heaven. I have an IT. I have a perfect IT guy. It's called heaven. Fixes my computer, my with pewter. Gets rid of all the lead out of the silver. Pure silver. No more pewter. No more pews to kneel on either. Because it's kind of putrid, isn't it? Makes you want to puke. Yeah, now you know what a computer is, yes. Within the earth, a mountain. Oh, yeah, within the heart of self, the truth, the modus operandi of the one mirror. Mountain, mow one cane. So mow the grass, kids. The image of modesty. Thus the superior man reduces that which, the wicked witch with truth, melts her, reduces that which is too much and augments. Oh, look at that. The hawk, the true hawk, AU, the gold of the spirit, mind, augments that which is too little, too light of L. That which is the light of L. Yes, we definitely show the contrast, the augmentation of it. He weighs things and makes them equal. Yeah, well, this bottle cast's been floating around in this sea of hell for too long. It's kind of went tipsy or almost slid off the motherfucking thing, okay? So that when you bring the balance back, you literally balance the heart and the earth. And only in the balance of the heart and the earth can creation come across this plane and scrape off or scream off the cream of the crop, the corn. Jolly Green Giant, niblets, cream corn. It's the best. It was my favorite as a kid. I love cream corn. Anyway, the lines. Oh, here we go. The lions or the rye-ins, the rye, catcher of the rye with ends, right? Aten Rye. I had a band called that. Funny that. Aten Rye. You couldn't make this up. It sounds almost Egyptian, doesn't it? Akhenaten Rye. That's why they have the Athenry, At Henry. That's why they have Henrys as their kings and stuff. It goes into all sorts of phonics fun. Anyway, the lines are simply this. I don't want to get too confusing because it goes fractal very quick. 6 at the top means modesty that comes to expression. It is favorable to set armies marching to chastise one's own city and one's country. Check, we've done that. Yes, we found the modality, the moriarty of truth. And that's the short Roman sword called legal name fraud felony exposed. Stab. Stab it with your steely knife, and you will kill the beast because you are the bee as truth. And they stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. It's not that they can't, it's that they won't. So change it to the want, the need of killing the beast, and make the choice. Simple. 9 in the third place means a superior man of modesty and merit carries things to conclusion. Good fortune. Yeah, follow it through. You will always see the victory of truth. And your mettle will be tested. I seem to remember a samurai of mine, 5-body, 5-star samurai, being tested March 14th last year. Cut right through 3 bodies clean. 4, actually, the tow truck driver and whoever else was on the dispatch. So what that samurai did that night was a cut through the entire swath of what you would deem to be police anywhere on this planet. I take it to the big picture. Because if one judge bows, they all bow. They're all wearing the same uniform, they all bow. They all get cut through. See, that's what the truth does. You see how powerful you are? That's what I thought. 6 at the beginning means a superior man, modest about his modesty. And that's what, see this, you were talking about this before, Roar, about it's not about me. It's not about, look what I can do, that's what humanity's been doing. Look what I can do. I can do flips on a bike, and I can do this, and I go, yeah, aren't you fucking great? Yeah, Lucifer dazzling Lucifer. Yeah, tell you what, you should see what happens when you have some wings on. You fly right over those BMXers, and they end up landing on their ass. Me, I just fly right over it. So here it is. A superior man, modest about his modesty, may cross the great water. The truth itself, the glass sea with the glass slippers, and not make a sound without breaking the rice paper, because you're the grasshopper, not the ant. Good fortune. The change hexagram. Here's where it becomes June 27th. Of course, the dragonfly went on my shoulder on June 27th, 2012. Yeah. My sister's 50th birthday. Mine was to come a couple of years later. But here we are with the 5150 coming up. June 15th, 51. I'm already 50. So I see the insanity of, look it up, 5150. That's the number for the clinically insane. You'll see it in the mirror. Watch. And what it is, it's the spirit so. Psi so. That's planet X. So, the note. You see? Do, Sun, Re, Mercury, Me, Venus, the heart, Fa, Earth, the heart, to Mars, that's the law. Where's the So? Well, that's planet X. That's the X, the life that comes in to fill that scale. Planet X is the note of So to complete the scale. And that scale only completes every so often. Don't miss the song. The change hexagram, 27. The corners of the mouth, the corners of the earth, providing nourishment. Above, there's the mountain above and below. Ken, keeping still mountain, the truth above as below. Below, Chen, without the I. Look at that. Interesting. The She-en, Cha-en, Ki-en, Ki-in, life within. Arousing thunder. Oh, yeah. The judgment. The corners of the mouth. Perseverance brings good fortune. Yeah, stick to it. You just got to stick it out, that's all. And not that which you think you're sticking out. You're not sticking out your neck anymore, okay? Because you don't have to. Pay heed to the providing of nourishment. You listening? This is humanity, kids. This is the manna to color your truth properly. Get your crayons, your crowns, your kiro yawns in. Get back to the helm. Stop pitching and rolling all over the place and swing your direction with Yah. That's the Yah way. Pay heed to the providing of nourishment. This is what this is. And to what a man seeks to fill his own mouth with. Once you know the truth, are you still telling lies? What are you filling your mouth? Because the 4 corners of your mouth are the 4 corners of your hearts. The image, at the foot of the mountain thunder. Oh yeah, that's when you put your foot down. It makes one hell of a bang across the universe. The image of providing nourishment. That means you do the same as the rest of us do. Thus, a superior man is careful of his words, impeccable in their speech, yes you are, and temperature in eating and drinking. Right? Be your own thermometer, your own time, or temperature. You must be temperate. Temperate. Eat the temper. Get zeroed on it in all of your eating and drinking. what you eat, what you drink. All things in what? Moderation. Nothing wrong with having a beer. Nothing wrong with having a pint. Nothing wrong with having a smoke. Nothing wrong with having a joint. Nothing wrong with doing anything in moderation as long as it's understood and while you're walking in truth. You see, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy having a smoke. For the demon, it keeps the demon happy. It keeps it shut up and comfortable. So what I do for the demon is I just do enough to keep the demon happy, to keep the physical masculine. The masculine. The masculine, right? The false Leo, okay? The lie of the consciousness womb, Leo. Exercise a little bit of, restraint here. You see, when you remove the lion from the crest, the CRSS, the Christ is truth. When you take the lion off the crest, the only thing that's left is the crown and the unicorn. No more cowardly lions. Coward by the lie. One is coward, one is lowered. One is coward, one is yellow. One is coward, one has fallen by the lie. So we get rid of the coward lie on. The lie yaw-en. The lie of the left-right duality, infinite, and you kill it on the lawn right there. You graze and raise that field. Pretty cool, don't you think? I thought so.
Yeah.
That's just, So take them for a fly there, Roar. That was the I Ching. So you see how important modesty is. This is not, guys, I don't give a fuck what any of these monkeys are out. Kate of Gaia is this and Kate of Gaia is that. And look, so-and-so is here because of that. And that's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. It's got everything to do with them because they can't confront it. And they're looking for every reason under the sun to satiate their id and their ego to make themselves right and self-pompous and far from modest, don't you think? I thought so too. These are entities that just haven't got over themselves yet. They're still, look at me, look at how great I am, and look how stupid Kate of Gaia is, so-and-so is, I've said this before, it's a very logical thing. I did Dean Clifford's, what do they call that, system or method of remedy. And I went to jail. It's all Dean. Well, no, it's not really, no. I mean, Dean wasn't helping the issue, was he? No, but at least he was getting some information out so you could see the contrast, and maybe he's learned that contrast himself. I don't know. But here's the thing. What you do using any information, if there's a label to it, either Dean Clifford or Kate of Gaia or whatever, there's not, no. No, only I know what I do. I will share what I see and as clear as I can to show you what I experienced through what I did and why I did it, and this is what happened because of this, and this. It's because I aligned it up within myself. What you do is your interpretation of what I have shared. That's entirely yours and what you make of it. I just don't make anything of anything other than looking for truth. I don't care where it comes from. I've discovered many, everything that I know is as a result of everyone I've ever interacted with. Dean Clifford and Santa Bonacci and all the rest of it. It doesn't make them right. It doesn't make them wrong. They're going to have to see that within their own modality of their own modesty and their own vengeance and their own fight and their own willingness to finally surrender to creation and kind of let creation do its thing. So you will never use Kate of Gaia's methods. You will use the truth as I share the truth and what happened with me in the guise of Kate of Gaia that you see as a meat stick. Big difference. You see, that way I take full responsibility for myself, and the things that I share, I take that upon myself to be as clear and as impeccable as absolutely possible within myself, knowing full well that if someone doesn't interpret it properly, they could get hurt, and that's not my intent. But I'll tell you one thing that will never get you hurt and will keep you from all harm. Once you get here, know that the legal name entity is a fraud felony, making you break the law before you even get near a court by even using it and thinking, most importantly, thinking you are it. Because that is the thread that connects you to the outer demons that you are pulling in because you think they can come through the door. They will. Me? They don't come through any doors with me. All those doors are shut. Now and forever. Hell and the demons are shut from my reality. Because I know what they are. And they're not me. They're not creation. They're parasites upon it. So there you go. Take her away, Roar. I'm good.
I'm good. Okay. How to live your life without making a decision. That was a video from Alan Watts, and the only thing that I really pulled out of that was he talked about wood and the curvature inside the grains of the wood, just that S curve, and just broke it down to photons and phonics. That's it. It's so simple.
Yeah. Well, it's the fawn I see. That's the baby deer. That's the Bambi. Okay? Bam,
yeah.
Bye. What it is Bambi is the bam, 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 the duality, bye. All right? So, Bam Bible, Bambi Bowl. You see how this works? It's beautiful. It's so fun. So there's the fawn, baby deer. I see, fawn X. And what it does is the fa, heart, nix. There's the cut.
Mm-hmm.
Your heart has been nicked in the death of 1,000 cuts. That's why they have the Saint Nick clause, Santa Satan clause, Klaus Barbie clause. Look at the Barbarians, or the Barbed Aryans, Barb-Aryans. That's what a British accredited registry, barb, as in a fishhook barb, they're the Barb-Aryans. They're here to fish the Aryans, you. The true Ari is of the Most High, Yawns of the greatest source creation, and infinitely mine, S in divine feminine. So now you know what an Arion is. So be one.
Yeah. Also, as well, in over in England, we call nick this to steal something or to take something from someone as well. So, like, yeah, nicking it means to take it away. Like,
yeah, it's never anything really good, is it?
No.
Nike. There's Nike. The night is coming soon or is not something. That's why Northern Ireland is a big clue for me. And of course, Craig, a rocky place. Nye was I know the demon that they tried to parasite to me. I knew it and know it by name, and it is powerless. And I saw it starving in fear at my house against a fence where there was other 15 to 20 other cops doing all that little Luciferian's dirty work. Oh yeah, you see, that's the thing. You will have, if you are working in the legal world, you will literally have one of their parasites. How would you put it? Assigned to you, as in dead you. Okay, once you spot that, and it's easy to spot. I mean, some of them are, in my case, very, very easy. I mean, it was like right there. I mean, the same cop 3 times. This guy seems to work 24 hours a day, this one, and all sorts of different things. But that's because the Rob Davis, the stealer of daylight, the former chief, that got fired 2 weeks into the solitary, which we're almost over, by the way. We're at the 28th now, 2 days to go. Okay? Was fired. And what the chief was doing was, this is why he got his ass kicked. Luciferian, gone. See ya. You got caught defying creation, and you're toast at that point. This applies to all of these monkeys. You are literally wiping out demons when you do this. You're ripping their power and cutting all their life source off. And this little parasite had been attacked to me. Not anymore. Yeah, I remember the night that demon died. Took one last run at me. in my sleep. That's when I woke up to being dragged across the bed with a hand on the throat and one on my inside right thigh, getting pulled across the bed. And I looked up, and it was just a shadow. And I'm thinking, this is the best you can do, asshole? Fuck off. I started to laugh. I'm going back to sleep. Poof, gone. Never to return. Yeah, you may experience that. You may not. Here's the good news. You know more now than I did then. I'm sharing how to get rid of that now. So you don't have to. It's snip. It's the Luciferian vasectomy. All those little sperm whales, way of L's, are cut off. You see, I went through that whole thing in terms of killing the sperm whale within myself. You might call it hormonals, whatever. The thing about hormones, it makes the hormone. It really does. Once you're on estrogen for a little while, any reproductive ability, you basically sterilize yourself. I'm sterile, completely sterile. Neutral. Just like that. So it's an anagogic play out. Oh, you don't mind if I get personal with you and tell you everything about me, right? Well, that's why I'm here. Don't be shy.
No, I'm not.
I know you're not. That's to everybody. So you see how important your own life experience is?
Yeah.
I only share my life experience and all of the things, regardless of what they are, to show you how important a clue, how important a nail in Lucifer's coffin it is. Why did you do that? Now, yeah, for the literal, yes, absolutely. But for the spiritual, it has the bigger hidden meaning as to why. Yeah, to destroy all seed of Lucifer, to remove the seat, the throne of Lucifer once and for all within me. And as I play out my own anagogic in my own life experience, exposing these things in the stream of consciousness itself, literally, I watch this entire reality shift around me. And I know a few others that do the same. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, really, who'd want that power of benevolence and be able to walk around completely untouched and never harassed, and the demons go running in all directions away from you as they're burned. Oh yeah, we're going to be kicking in the afterburner shortly, and Lou won't like it too much. And the world, the whores of L, the whores of L, worlds of L, whore elds, war elds. Go down with it. It's their war eld. Knock yourself out.
Flush it.
Yeah. Royal flush it. Got the hand L everything and down the toilet. You let. No more rent here. I don't rent. No releasing. Nothing. See, that's why they want to release you, because it's all about the toilet with them. Toilet. To let. You won't see to let over here, but you'll see it in Ireland. When something's for rent, it's to let. You'll see it. Mm-hmm. And of course, the co-op building I was working in Guelph, right across the street was what? Deloitte and Touche, which I said, oh, look, it's Toilette and Douche. It was a law firm. It's right there in front of you. It's all about the shitter with these guys. Look for the toilet. Look for the toilet paper, the TP. Look for, the TP. Get it? Look at the, oh, my God. It's funny. As soon as you see the sewer that Lucifer's world is, the legal world, and they only deal in shit, muck, garbage, death, everything filthy. Okay? Everything with them is filthy McNasty. You've heard of Filthy McNasties, haven't you? Well, it's a bar. They're telling you in an anagogic, look, Filthy McNasties is a bar. That's what the bar is. It's Filthy McNasties. Oh, yeah. They'll sell you their golden arches. Looks like a nice big shiny ass up in the sky, doesn't it? Bend over, Lou. Everything about these guys is all about fucking kids in the ass. That's all it is. It's a bunch of Geppetto files. Yeah, they don't want a little wooden boy. They want a soft, cushy one because they want to take that wood and ram it into the wooden boy in the flesh. The real live version. Yeah, talk about sticks. Well, that's the sticks that they want to stix you with. It's called the River of Death. How'd you like the dimensions tonight? Did that come across clear in the 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, all the way up through the phonics?
Yeah.
All the way to the Etacarina. The ETA. Welcome to the spirit arena of the ETA now. See, I don't need to estimate the time of arrival anymore. It's already here. Tick-tock. Notice? Yeah. Not ice here. No, I'm good. You almost got frozen solid, guys. Your fires almost got put out. Because the only thing that can thaw the fires of ice, not the ice is, all right, is ice itself. So don't freeze up on me now, kids. Because when you get the fires within burning, the embers, the 7, look at that. They threw the October in there, the tentacle, October, between the God ember and the consciousness ember and the infinite Io ember. See, that's the false heart. October is the false heart. That's why Scorpio's in it. And these are allegories. I don't care if you're Scorpio or Sagittarius or Gemini or whatever. I don't give a fuck. You're all 12 of those. The 13th tribe of Israel is you, above the Aries. That is, the Aries is the Ari of the Most High. That's why they made Ares the god of war, which is the masculine of the lowest hell versus the feminine of the highest heaven. It's a complete contrast. And they did it in the same word, Aries. Mars, Aries, god of war. March, Ides of March, the Ihads of Maroki. That's the Ihad, the marrow of life. So now it's the I haves, without cutting it in half. I am the marrow of life. That's the I ams of March, not the Ides of March. No hiding in the iding here. You know, because you know what the French are like. They'll take the word hiding and say, "Where are you hiding? I cannot see you anywhere." You know, kind of just playing with your ferocity. You know what it's like in the French. The H goes silent, right?
Yeah, it's perfectly said. We don't pronounce the H.
And in English, you'll find the H shows up in the strangest places with franglais, huh?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing over there? You know, hover there? Yeah. But they'll say, why are you over there hiding? You see? It switches out. It's a beautiful trick. It was very helpful in the mirror. This is why French, English, and German, all these beautiful things, all these different languishes. Yeah, they make you languish, don't they? Languish. That's the tongue men. Languish.
And linger, too.
Yeah, linger. Well, you know, linger, liquor, linker. I tell you, it's just... Yes. Soldier, sailor, tinker, tailor. It is so mind-blowingly simple and beautiful. And you look at all the monkeys just clamber around the trees, afraid of a little shadow called a legal name thingy, because other legal name thingies put on scary-looking outfits and carried scary devices to fuck them with little lead bullets. But they can't touch you. This is what makes you bullet-proof. It's your creation field now. No bull. That's what no bull is. No bull. No bullshit. That's why the Thompson name is of the No Bill IT line.
Nobel.
Yeah. And Nobel, no war.
Yeah.
Nobel Peace Prize. Makes sense. All noble of him to make TNT. That's the truth, infinitely my truth. Blows the whole Luciferian reality up. Megatons beyond megatons. It's called make a tone. You are the megatone neutron star, babies. Connect direct to Ada Karina, 455519, the one in the consciousness of all, 19. That's what it is to be the feminine, the femur. That's the not so saggy Taurus anymore. The centaur is found, so the physical centaur, man-beast, is gone. The allegories play out perfectly in this game. I was going to fill up my coffee again. I'll be right back. You guys, you getting some good clicks tonight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's all I need to know. If you're getting I want lots of aha moments. That's all I'm after here because they're really cool. I'll be right back.
I'm out of breath without these truth. Still there?
Still there?
Okay.
Yeah. The other day as well, when you're saying about the pitch and roll, is in regards to like your mind and the left and the right, the legal left side and the right. That for me, that was a really big aha moment. Just the visual on it, on just clicking between the left and the right, and just being able to see that, getting that pitch, getting that roll, and yeah, that was a good one. Hello?
I'm trying to follow each step that you say.
Sorry, I could talk a little bit fast and work on slowing myself down a little bit just to make a little bit more sense. But yeah, the pitch and roll, that's brilliant.
I had to mute out for a second and feed the cat. I'm back.
We're talking about pigeon left and right. I'm lost there.
The pitch and roll.
The pitch and roll.
Yeah.
That's with your consciousness, not just seeing left or right. Seeing up and down. Put everything in the mirror. It's all backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, that really helps. I think I'm more of a visual person. I sort of see the things on a well, not we're all the same, but yeah, for me that really helped to get a bigger picture on looking outside of just the left and the right, which is what we don't think, but you get put in pigeonholed into that. Mm-hmm. That's the only options, the left and the right. But because you're in your own reality, because we're born into this, it's like we can't see it as basic as that because we just haven't got those lines to go by. But yeah, that pitch and roll concept, it gives you the quads, but in a 3D sense. You know, so you sort of get 3D on it.
Lifts you off the ground. And I learned that in the most literal way, flying. Right, the pitch on roll. So. Look at the word remedial. Okay, what does remedial in the literal sense mean? You go to remedial classes, and you got kids in the remedial class. What is it? It's a class for the retards. Yes. Yeah,
we should call it pre-voc. I don't know what that means, but pre-voc was what we used to call it in school. Yeah.
Pre-speak. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at remedial and what remedy L is all about. Okay, it's pretty retarded because you're retard and feathered at that moment. Your EB is tarred, and they'll take your feathers and stick it to the tar. All right, that's the keytar that you're playing for them. You don't kid yourselves. You all play keytar. Really, what you're doing is playing the sitar. You can't sit down to play this. You got to stand up and play it. That's the thing about a sitar, sitter, baby sitter, right? You don't see them up on stage swinging a sitar. They're fucking big gourds with strings on them. Multiple layers, and they give the most annoying fucking sound as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's just me. I'm not picking on a culture. I'm just telling you what it is. I mean, when was the last time you saw an Emmy Award for the lead sitarist of the year? No, it just hasn't happened.
Never.
And it won't. because it's shit tone. If you listen to it, it's fucking agitating.
Yeah, it's quite eerie, isn't it?
Shit. It's garbage. I'm sorry, guys, but that's just what it is. You know, you can call it what you want, but fuck, get an instrument that actually sounds something better than a lyre, you know? Anyway,
for me, it cringes with my inner being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
Like nails on a blackboard.
Yeah, as a musician, it is the most putrid-sounding instrument of all, to me. And that's a personal, within myself, just, ugh. You know, and remember, Lorna and Nikki Kelly's mom brought a sitar into class for, I think it was kindergarten, actually. Yeah, because Lorna was in my kindergarten class, to play the sitar for all the kids. And it's like, you know, I remember being very puzzled looking at it, and she was playing it, and it's, yeah, that's kind of neat, but it's, you know, you can't really play chords on it. You can't, it's all single notes. There's nothing working together on a sitar except layers of strings. You know, it's a crazy looking instrument. But anyway, remedy, me, die. To kill yourself again. That's what going to legal remedial school is all about. Learning how to die in Lucifer all over again and again and again. You're in remedial class, the remedy all class, and that's where all the retards and feathers live. Okay, so I just want
remetal.
Yeah, remetal or reamed L. Oh yeah, you're reamed all right.
Or row creation magnetic electric truth. IL.
There you go. See, phonics proves it out. You don't have to try hard, do you? No, it's the easiest game in the world to play. Had to be, so even a retard of a remedial class could get it, like us.
Hey, I always wanted to be in the remedial kids class because they got couches and stuff in their room.
Yes,
well, it's like the teacher's lounge.
They got to colour in. They just got to colour in with their books.
Well, you don't want to be retard dead, right?
Right.
You know? And that's got nothing to do against any, quote, physical entity that is, you know, mongoloid or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. Remember, we have all of creation here. All of life is glorious to me. And those that are stealing life are the poison, the poison of this reality. Get their little barbs in you, did they, Barbie? Yeah? Oh, look, they even gave your knowledge a dick. Ken. Didn't you ken that, Lassie? Aye. Lassie, come home. Fuck. Bark, bark, woof, woof. Oh, what a relief it is. And it's not a freeze relief either. You don't want to be a relief on a wallpaper somewhere or a relief on a coin. You know, you want to relief yourself, right? Just relieve yourself by, oh, look, relieve. Oh, where is it? Recalm truth, right? And the truth. Re-ve. Look at the words that they use. Release. Want to rent you again. So we're going to release you. No, you're not. No, you're not. You can release that name all you want, but you ain't released shit that ain't yours. You own it. Oh, look. All the debt and death is transferred back to where? The deceiver itself. So talk about picking up your receiver and dialing the REME dial number and saying, hey, SIU, fuck you. I went to school there.
That was fun.
Yeah. SIU, CIU, CIA, ICU, ISU. Yeah. That is you, not me. That's your ish you, man you, not me. Leave me out of it. I'm just passing along a little message that a little bluebird dropped in. Yeah, the opening scene on Cinderella, the newest one out, it's got two bluebirds flying up. It's beautiful.
I had a choice to see Cinderella or Insurgent, and I chose Insurgent. So
yeah, I would too. So I mean, Cinderella's a story, right? It's just going to have more. Like I watched it for maybe 5 minutes. I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be the same stuff, whatever, you know. But it showed up in the now because we've been talking about Cinderella and this. I'm already at the ball. I found the other glass slipper, guys. I want to dance. Come and dance. It's a great place. You'll love it.
In Insurgent, there is a scene with some puppet strings that get cut. That's pretty cool.
Very cool. When did that's just come out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me just check to see if it's on. I go to go figure. I go to icefilms.com or sorry what is it? Oh, I'll tell you in a sec. Yeah, funny. That's the only one I use. Icefilms.info. Look, I'm looking for ice. Yeah, I'm looking for the film of ice over top of the info, and I do it through movies. It's quite funny, really. Let me see. Leads me everywhere I need to be. Insurgent. Let's see if it's up. Oh, Labyrinth is out. Good. That's a good one. That's uploaded into Ice Films. If you go to the first page, you'll see the recent uploads, and there's lots of good ones coming in. I want to go to the AZ list. AZ. Okay, where is it? I want to go to I and see if Insurgent is up here yet. Yeah, it's all about the identity, guys. In secret, in search of. Okay, it's all right. They've done it this way. Insidious, Insomnia, doesn't look like it's here yet. No, it's got Insomnia, Instructions, then to Interior. So it would be. Oh, look, Insurgent falls between the Instructions and the Interior. Time to get all insurgent with yourself, because guess what? You'll find the Interior and all the instructions there. Funny how it just shows up everywhere.
I know.
This is how to read. This is the as above, so below Black's Law rule. We talked about, what, 2 years ago, I guess? Something like that?
It's always nice to revisit these little clues.
Well, that's why they come up, right? The little nails, the brad nailer needs to be... what we're doing with these little nails is we're putting on the finished trim. Right? Your house is finished. It's painted. You've got your colors back. You've got your trim back. And remember, when you're flying level, there is a trim tab on the aircraft, so you can roll the trim forward. It's a little trim tab on the back of the tail on the elevators. And what the trim tab does is when you're in level flight, so that it maintains, you're not having to keep adjusting the stick to hold it. What it does is it neutralizes where the stick is, so it's in absolute neutral in the center. You don't have to push or pull it, and the trim tab aligns that by changing the air resistance over your tail. It works perfectly. So that keeps you on absolute level flight with no effort.
Almost like an autopilot?
Right. So it is the AP Newswire, again, the autopilot. So what's happening there in your level flight is I've set my trim tab so I fly level. I don't have to worry about pulling back on the stick or diving or whatever. All I'm concerned about now is the yaw, which is the left and right, because what happened with the phonics, the words, the spells, it literally took the yaw right out of your mouth. So you were speaking in two different directions at the same time. White man speaks with forked tongue, remember?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's the serpent tongue, the two tips on it. And what does a snake use its tongue for?
Smell.
Smell.
Detect the enemy.
Wow.
Nose, nostrils, straight to the pineal with the two forked tongue, right? It's got two tines on it, tie-ins, fork tines. Okay, so get your yaw back. This is the yaw way back. And it's contained within your crayons that you sit down with, like Roar and others have done. Like myself, I did it too. I'm not telling you something I haven't done. And it's because I've done it that I know it's true, because look, I did it and so did you. You found the poetry like I did, didn't you? Yeah. So what's holding you back? The demon is. That's what's resisting you constantly. Well, I could do it later, and do it now. Your project's due tomorrow. The topic of the project is you. Get on it. It's important. Go ahead. Sorry.
you to do this, you have to write what or use what to do it.
Yeah. Have you been messing around much with the French phonics? Being as it's your native tongue, Ferocity, did you notice all these beautiful sounds were working in French too, right?
Yeah.
Telling you the same story, the same way in English, German, the rest, right?
Trying to see that.
Okay. Well, here, let's. How would you say my name is? Je m'appelle. Okay. Watch. I'll show you in English how it is the apple that you are. Je my apple. Je m'appelle. Apple is the symbol of what? Oh, right, creation. It's got the 5-pointed star inside it, That's the ape pole. The ape pole of one's eye or the apple of one's eye. Right? Je m'appelle. What are you using to magnetize yourself? Your creation, your apple, your source within. Well, easy. Je m'appelle. With my apple. My name is Je m'appelle. You see?
Yeah.
What's another one? Comment ça va? Okay. How are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Comment ça va? Let's see what it is in English. Calm. Okay. With mind. Yep. Comment. Common. Right. Common law. With my law. So comment. What was it?
Ça va. Comment ça va?
Comment ça va? Ça, ka, spirit. So with the mind of the spirit, va, to go. Yeah, how are you? What are you doing? What are you up to? What direction are you walking? Where's your spirit taking the body? Comment ça va? Works in English and French. The layers are exposed with the Phoenician decoder ring. It is the Lu cipher. So lose thy fur, lose thy fur, or you will lose thy fur. And ferrous is iron. Remember, it's about the samurai sword here. This is the testing of your own metal. And when you finally get to the point where you get to, and this is where I'm at, I have a samurai sword of truth that cuts through everything. None can defy the sword of truth. And I wield it. So do you. And if that's the sword you wish, then hang out here. But you've got to get your crayons out. You cannot waste another minute on this, guys. And I don't care what words you use. Get on etymology and see what the sources are, and you will be as fucking amazed as I was, as others. Did you guys not find this totally amazing when you saw this starting to unfold?
Yeah. There was a moment. So I counted about 20 odd, nearly half hour sat just still on my own bed, just in absolute, not shock, but yeah, that's the word, absolute.
You're in shock and awe, baby.
Yeah. Just realising that you get a real sense of just, well, there you go, it's meant to be. It's a massive confirm, and it's a huge confirm of, well, there you go. All of it adds up.
Okay, now this confirm you speak of, can you put it into words, or was it just that you just
not
know?
Really. You can't really know. I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's nothing you can put in words. It's just a thing you know. It's the nature of the game.
So it's just the words, but not the words. You have no words to describe the words. You just got to look at the words.
What you found there was the truth beyond the faith.
Yeah.
And there are no words for that.
I was literally speechless, just stunned.
Yep. Shuts you right up.
Yeah. Like a slap in the face, like a Katie bitch slap in the face.
Yeah. Only this time creation does it, and it really tickles, and it's beautiful, and it's like, whoa. Then you have the realization that in that moment, you are immortal. You're not amortal. You're not I'm mortal. You are not mortal. You are not of the modus operandi of the spirit breath and the lies of the Antichrist Lucifer any longer. You are the mortar of heaven. You are that which builds your own house, that holds it together. The modus operandi of the spirit breath through the tarot. Because you have your own feathers. You don't need tar for feathers. You fly. You're a phoenix. You've burned out of the ashes. You've burned the earth reality and took that ash and put it first, truth itself, to find the heart within. That's the hearth of heaven the Mayans spoke of. It's within you. You have to master your own Orion Nebula. Ni, B-U, law, within. That's your Arion, the heart of the Most High. That's the Arion, Ni, B-U, law. And they worship it in the physical. Well, remember, the Orion becomes the Olion, and you'll see it on the crests and coat of arms. You know what coat that Joseph is wearing? Anybody else have that? Well, I know Roar has, and it's great to hear that you have. You've had that moment of, whoa, there's something really different here. And it is. It's just a shift out of physical reality into, wow. No words. I haven't. How long have I been on the air? I have not been able to describe this yet. Because you can't. It's indescribable. You can't write this. You cannot in-of-scribe it. You cannot in-of-scribe creation, able itself. It's indescribable.
So you know it's more than the physical, because you can't use the physical aspect, which is the words, to describe it. So it's
you just know.
You just haven't. Yeah, it's a knowing. Yeah, not a belief, not it's even a seeing. It's just a knowing. Yeah,
it's when you know L that no L becomes the living reality, and it won't be a Christmas anymore. Okay, there is no L in Lucifer. Use the fire within Promethean. It's beyond beautiful. So we got about 6, maybe 7 minutes left here. So all I want to know every night, really, the only thing that with me is, am I able to give across a few things clear enough that you can get an aha or two, just to make this an indescribable thing real to you? That's all I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Here's another good one too about asking somebody something. Okay, now there's 2 ways you can ask me something. One can be asking as self, as the knowledge within self, or ask kissing, looking for a remedy. Okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're asking me for an answer that you need to see within yourself, that's ask kissing, looking for a freebie. I will point the way there, but I can't tell you what it is. You have to see it for yourself. You will. You just got to be honest with yourself. That's all.
I played with a word today in etymology was arithmetic, arithmetical. Arithmetic, and between arithmetical and arithmocracy is cipher.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see.
How about the RE myth tickle? The Most High myth tickle. Tie call, to tie you and bind you and harvest you. Tie call, tickle. You see? Do you see look at the word tickle. Literally, oh, look, you're getting tickled. Here, I'll show you. Tick of L. That's a parasite. Tie, cull, well, to be bound and harvested. One word, one spell. Not one word, one spell. How many words? See the difference between a spell and a word. They're 2 different things. One's a creation, one's a trap.
Oh, when I saw arithmetic, I thought of arrhythmia and the heart.
Yeah, the bridge to what was it? The bridge to what was it?
Terabithia.
The to Ari bite the yeah. Oh yeah. Aha. Take a bite on that. That's the bridge. Phonics is the bridge to Terabithia. Oh yeah. Eliza Beth. Yeah, isn't it funny? Emma Renee, ER, takes out Elizabeth Reigns right there. See ya. I got my own queendom, bitch. They love being worshipped, don't they? Look at me in my little castle and my funny-looking clothes and everything else. Worship me, worship me. I'll print money with my face on it. What is it with these fucking Luciferians? Well, yeah, they want to keep their living monarch butterfly on their money, and in the US, they've got a bunch of dead presidents. Last thing you want to be in the US is a picture on a piece of fucking money, because it means you're dead. And the fact that the Queen's face is on all the money here and in other places tells me who they are. Because the only other ones that get on the money in Canada are dead people, other than the Queen. What's that tell you? They're all dead. The only thing keeping the Queen alive, the Queen Bee, is the money, the moon eye, right? So much for the monarch on the money. It just got ripped off it. See that? In case you're wondering why they're trying to make cash illegal, well, it's because it is illegal. Right? Because they know they're checks that are cashed on your soul. Remember I brought up the cash? I cashed the checks that the government that created it, the Luciferian cult that created it, cannot cash. Every time I spend one paper bill or paper or plastic, whatever the fuck they make it out of, it's the concept of it. And that's what every time it goes out to anyone, those are checks that Lucifer can't cash. The system, the whore is in debt. 1 penny in is one they can't pay, and there are a lot of pennies in now. Talk about pennies in heaven, eh? Pennies from heaven. Sounds like one dropped by too. Has a big roar apparently. Funny, I always loved living on Penny Lane. One of my favorite songs that kept popping in my head. In your eyes and in your ears, Penny. Yeah. Have a listen to that one again. You'll like your song. Just creating. Oh, sorry. Just saying. That's what it means to be in, say in. Yeah, yes. In creation in. Yeah. Or you're insane, not creation in. It's up to you. Fucking crazy if you're not. Don't you think? Oh, look, geometrics. I know all sorts of tricks. What?
Yes.
Yeah. Geometrics, algebraics. Oh, yeah. What are you, Braille? Braille is for the blind, silly. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully I was able to convey a few things that were some fun. That's all. You got get your crayons out, guys. I'm not saying this because it's something you should get around to. No, your project is due in 5 minutes. Approach everything in your reality like the guys in HMS Hood 5 minutes after the fact, okay? Steer your ship away because that shell is coming in, and it's aimed right at your magazine. So if you're living in a magazine, magnetic trap, polarized into this reality, you might want to turn that page. Actually, throw the whole fucking magazine away. It's just going to blow up your ship anyway.